Okay, it fell over by itself. I didn't move.
Acting the dread prince.
Nothing like getting room temp and then the whole ceiling falling down.
Great, now we gotta start over. It's like when we drop the plank and we have to punish everybody.
So you controlling?
I don't want to punish everybody. I just can't hold plank very long.
Are you controlling it today? No?
No.
Controlling what?
I still trust Cat.
Well, usually when it's up there, it's the slideshow switches over and everything. Like we can see what.
You're right. Stream starting soon.
So when I see this just now.
New at
Hopefully, you still see us.
Okay, that's it.
A brief look into what we're doing.
Yeah, it's
Also, check out Instagram for that.
behind the scenes.
Getting ready for episode 10.
Yeah, we'll get started in just a little bit.
Also in my notes, when did we talk about deep fried Jello?
Was that episode 2? Was that
It's what Dakar made.
deep fried? I don't remember us talking about deep fried
It
Jello.
came up because I wrote it down. It didn't just happen in my head.
Welcome to the world of playing D&D, where things do happen in your head and you make up scenarios, and you're like, don't you remember when?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't remember when.
Because it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, all of these notes. No, they're moving up.
Does it feel cold in here?
No!
A bit chilly.
Ah, there's a chill in the air, like a Texas summer.
Do you smell that? Death.
If revenge is a dish
What's that sound?
best served cold,
Baby dragon.
put on your Sunday finest.
Chill. Chill. Chill.
All right, really though, chill.
I'm not ready.
Did they even get those minis and stuff?
Either.
You know what? You gotta come to terms with it. You're gonna either figure it out or you're gonna die.
I know.
That's where I'm at.
That's a 50-50. Those are great odds.
What I don't love about
I
that
told
is
you.
how in real life I
Not
have
what you
nothing
told me.
figured out and I don't die. It just doesn't seem real.
I mean, yeah.
Like there has to be a middle ground between knowing everything and being dead.
Which is where we're at. We're not dead yet, but we definitely don't know everything.
Schrodinger's knowledge.
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not quite dead yet.
It's just a flesh wound.
It is a question. All right, let's do this.
No, wait.
The lady says wait.
You don't run this show. And welcome to another day at Night School. My name is Michael Vasquez, and I am the GM here. I'm so excited today, guys.
I'm gonna
Gals
throw
and
up.
non-binary pals, we
No.
are ready to go. So, before we get started, thank you so much for those of you who are tuning in. If you haven't got caught up on any of our past episodes, go ahead and check those out on our YouTube channel at Night School RPG. And remember, the best way that we can share this and get our family to grow is to subscribe to our channels, like, follow, retweet, send us out into the universe so that it's not just our wishes, it becomes the wishes of the world.
The wicked wishes of the world.
You know what? It sounded great in my mind, and that's all that matters because I'm in control. I am the GM today.
Maybe we know more than we think because he said that a lot of times today. Is he really confident or is he hiding something?
I don't know. If you want to figure out how confident you are, go and watch the murder mystery video that I just before or during when you watch this. I don't know how well you can multitask, but
In the
try to
comments.
figure it out.
I
Guess
cannot
what?
tell you how much I loved watching the murder mystery footage. You found your calling. Sleuth, Detective Cat Flores.
On the case!
PI. It was so refreshing because, like, whenever you run a campaign and you do a mystery, it's always hard to keep up with all the small steps along the way, and y'all picked up so many things and then also picked up extra things, and I was like, why are y'all grasping at certain things?
Up the right things.
I don't know.
Did we not pick up?
Oh, it was joyous, but watching Kat, like, talk her way through it and then to the assumption of a killer baby dragonborn army, I was like,
Makes sense.
It gave me little hope for today's episode, but I'm ready for it because it's going to be exciting. So to say the least, let's go ahead and jump in. With our cast, if you haven't met us yet, we have Kat. See, I said I was going to do it, and I did it. Names. We have Elizabeth Vick, who's playing our barbarian Kelnis Imrish. We have Joshua Hovda, who is our druid on staff, Dakar Malkoa.
Druid on staff.
Druid on
staff.
On staff!
So good, I didn't even know I was doing the joke. Wah, wah. And because I keep messing her name up, I always get to her and I say, I can never remember your name.
It'll be
Not
fun.
her name, but her character's name, because she is a really good friend of mine. This is Catherine Flores. We call her Kat. Kat, who is playing Kimura, our rogue.
Yes, I am. Hopefully for the rest
And
of
resident detective.
Yeah.
the campaign.
Or you once again check in next week on Sunday at noon, where we find out if we have new characters.
Yeah. Find out who will be playing next week.
Or maybe we'll get through this one. Double digits.
Oh, it is double digits. This is our 10th episode.
Yes.
And if you're on Twitch and you're watching us, you might be going, no, it's only your second episode.
Third.
That's because we just recently moved over, and
Yeah.
we should be moving a lot more of our content over and sharing what we've done in the past. But
Yeah, all of the rest of our episodes can be
Yes, yeah.
found on our YouTube channel, which has the same name as Twitch.
keeping it simple.
Yes.
What is that name again?
Continuity.
What's our handle name?
Night School RPG.
I think you got it. You passed. Alright. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into our campaign, where last time we left with wonderful news of having your forged documents from Carl and making your way to drop them off at the guardhouse, where you found out the guardhouse was under a bit of an attack, and instead of aiding or jumping in to see what was happening, you decided to cut your losses, leave the letter on a dead soldier, and depart for the west to head towards the Zaget to check in on a way to travel north, and also just to check in on Kelnis Imrish's family. And we learned while arriving at the gate that Kelnis has been or is currently being tried
She's a bad girl.
for the death of her mentor Rokum, and also for the alleged stealing of their holy relic.
Both are alleged. Thank you very much.
Well, you know what? We will find out today on Judge Judy.
On this episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
So you you were given information that you had 24 hours due to having metallic right as a brass dragonborn to be able to prove your innocence, or you're going into the proving pits. You were given freedom to travel around the Zaget, but you cannot leave. And you only have those 24 hours where you've spent most of your day as the evening does start to encroach upon you. And you have the clues that you have found. What they mean and how you use them is up to you. But by tomorrow, right around 8, 9 o'clock
A.M. or P.M.?
a.m.
Are we only 4 hours into this investigation?
We should be. That's...
So when you woke up that day, you were outside the Zaget area. It took you time to travel to get to the Zaget, and that was about 8 o'clock whenever you got to the gates. From there, the time that you did of checking in on going to the palace, looking at all the locations, you're getting into the afternoon.
Okay.
It's not like nighttime.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're just getting into later evenings. You still have time to go around.
Okay.
And I open it up to you guys, where last, I believe, you had left the Iris, and you were making your way back to the west.
Yes.
So, my trio, what would you like to do?
We talked about going to talk to Wintobu, because we've talked to Jazul, who seems like a pretty, I don't know. I'm still not super fond of literally anybody here, but I mean,
What about me?
understand.
he seems apologetic that he tattled on you. So,
Hopefully genuine about that.
yeah, so I think
I
we
thought that was Jazul.
Jazul, yeah.
That's
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Keep up.
Sorry.
Notes on notes.
We don't
notes
have
on
time.
notes.
It's morning, afternoon, night. I don't know what day it is.
So yeah, let's go talk to
Wintobu.
Wintobu.
And he should be guarding the west. Right?
That or south.
Sounds great.
Wintobu was the one who met you on the western gate when you came in with Juzzle.
But is it safe to assume that he would still be there?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, so we'll make our way there.
So traveling back across the Great Divide of the Zaget and getting into the metallic kind of territory, you march your way towards the gate and you see that Wintobu is still on staff there. As it's not just him guarding. I probably wasn't extremely clear about this last time, so I'll be a little more specific. There are many Dragonborn that serve in the military, even though they don't have an organized military. So they go out and they patrol, but their generals and their leaders are always the Trueborns. So Wintobu is in charge of the guards that follow there. But he is currently organizing his troops, putting out duties, and manning that gate.
But is all the military knights? No, just the Trueborns are
Yeah,
knights.
Trueborns
Yes.
are knights.
Okay.
The Zaget Knights are anybody who was a Trueborn. They're
And-
trained a little more rigorously.
Okay.
Made it through the proving grounds.
Yes, you have to make
Proving
it.
grounds.
Yep.
Okay. So, do we know what we're asking Wintobu?
I know we want to ask for his alibi.
Oh, what he was doing.
What he was doing, and then also how his story checks out with Jezul's story.
Okay.
Because they apparently were both, I think they were both on duty when.
They were both on duty, but only Jazul saw you?
That's the thing, I don't
Oh,
know.
we need yeah. Okay, yeah. So.
So you approach the gate and he is there.
Wintobu.
Imrish.
I'd like to ask you about any information you may have.
Please be quick.
Where were you when Rokum was killed?
We're not quite sure what time Rokum was killed. His body was found earlier the next day. However, that evening I was actually on a mission with Nalkente.
Doing what?
I'm waiting. Go on.
Well, I'm not sure it's any of your business, but there's been uprising and upheaval in the Iris, and we were sent in to isolate and capture some defectors who were trying to flee to the east.
Who was with you?
Nalkente,
Anyone else?
well, a couple of her guard.
Names?
I'm not sure. I don't really memorize everybody's names. Their clan is rather large. I mean, we are rather large.
Ask if there's anybody else who can confirm this other than Nalakente, if anybody else saw him.
Would you be able to tell us on site who those guards were that were with you? That could confirm that.
Most likely, yes. Is there a reasoning behind this?
I'm just trying in every way possible to prove my innocence.
By suspecting me, clearly.
By suspecting a lot of people.
Well, if you're looking for an alibi, you can ask pretty much any chromatic colored heathen that's out there in the Iris. We weren't quiet. We made our appearance well known. They could identify me.
Was that also the night that one of the chromatics left east?
You're talking about the ones that are currently in the pits
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
Yes, those are the same ones that we caught.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
You don't think of anything?
No, thank you for your time. Scary.
Thank you.
I do wish you the best of luck. We'll let the Dreadnought decide.
Thank you.
And he kind of goes about to his business, continues giving his orders.
I think we should head to the aviary. We can ask Jezul, and then we can also, I have a letter I'd like to send.
A letter?
We can talk about it in there.
Okay. Well, maybe on the way.
On the way.
Yeah. Efficiency.
Tube feeding.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the aviary.
So you head back up to the aviary.
Are we gonna send the letter with Lucky?
Yes.
Okay.
What letter?
Oh, the letter.
Right. You make your way back up to the aviary, which, as a reminder, is as you're walking up towards the Scaled Palace, it would be on the left. It is empty. Slightly more organized and clean, but it's still a lot of debris that's being sifted through. Jezul is not around.
Is Lucky there?
I guess you're talking about the...
The pseudo dragon.
I was like, I have no idea who this Lucky is you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know when that started or happened.
It may have been after
It's his name.
we
Yeah.
ended the
Well, you know
episode.
what? If you're... Go ahead and do a perception check as you kind of look around in the local area.
You wasted it.
Oh yeah, not 20.
Oh.
He's there.
You walk in, and the moment Countess kind of leads in first, sees the debris, Q pulls around, looks around, kind of looks at the floor, sees more debris and no Jezul, and then as soon as Dakar goes through the opening, you just...
There he
you
is.
see, yeah, like immediately he's like a ferret around like a pole, or like it's a squirrel around a tree. It's that kind of excitement. He's not coming down to you, but yeah, he's definitely aware that you were there.
Hey, Lucky. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so...
Note, right?
No.
Buddy, come here. I need you to do me a favor.
You tipping him down again?
Yes.
Right. Just calling him?
Yes.
Right. Roll me an animal handling check.
It was cocked. 6.
Just kind of looks and doesn't see really any reason to come down.
You got any more snacks, Kelness?
There's some food around the corner, around the outside of the door.
Oh, okay.
That's where we got it from before.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. I'm gonna go take an extra helping of that.
Okay.
And then come back in and try and get Lucky down.
You rolled a 6?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be wanting to come down. He comes down like halfway down the standing pole in that corner of the building, but just kind of sits there on the beam and just kind of stares at you. Always beaming back and forth to everybody.
I'll put some at the bottom of the beam, take a couple steps back, and just sort of kneel down.
Doesn't seem to be moving.
Lucky, we have a letter we need you to send.
So the letter, what is it? Who are you thinking about writing to right now?
I felt like it was important we tell Tonks what's going on.
Okay.
He's in Kalakesh. Lucky goes to Kalakesh. I don't know who Lucky goes to in Kalakesh, but surely we can get him to find Tonks. But I feel like we need to tell Tonks that Carl's coming for him. Because we promised we would deliver that
It
message.
seems kind of low on our list of priorities right now.
Low on the list, but as long as we're sending a letter, it doesn't hurt to put it in there.
Okay.
One sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Parchment.
Sure.
It's not lined.
Dunder Mifflin copy paper.
It's 2-ply toilet paper. Okay, so do you think they could help us?
That's the thing. If we can get a message to Tonks, potentially someone or a group of people from the Days of Cain could help us or could help us again.
I like it. I'm a little worried about time. Because how fast can this thing fly?
Faster than we can walk.
That's very true.
Touche.
Yes.
Now, it may not happen in enough time, but that's why I'd rather get this out sooner as opposed to later. I also want to tell him we found those dead bodies that fell from the windway.
Okay.
And also that we did try to buy Kalakesh sometime. There was fighting at the guardhouse. We don't know who was fighting the Malasaran.
Mm-hmm.
And then also to tell Renata, she's the Dragonborn that I saw at the Deus of Cain. Or it's at their hideout underground. She did not believe me when I said Rokum sent me.
Okay.
But I want to tell her that he's dead. So I need Tonks to tell her that.
Okay.
Do you think Lucky would go to
I
this
don't.
person?
Well, I don't know who this person is that Lucky's been going to.
Do these dragons only go to other dragonborns?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No, they go to anyone.
Oh, okay.
Because for the most part, Dragonborns stay in the Zaget. So this is our way of contacting outsiders, anybody we may need to be in contact with. It can't hurt.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
You'd be aware that they, as a potential Zaget Knight, you gave up your knighthood to work in the Antiquary. You know that in times of war, they would send these off as ways to ask for help or to let them know that they would be attacking as like a pre-warn of like
if you do this, we're going to come for you.
It's not a typical mail service. However, who gets it, you're not quite sure because it's not been really used in a long time. Rokum's just kept up with them.
Well, if we assume that Tonks is still in charge in Kalakesh, he would probably be the one to get it. So.
Lucky, please?
Doesn't seem to be moving.
Well.
I might cast Speak with Animals and take the note from Kelnis and have another conversation with Lucky.
Describe Tonks, just in case.
Lucky, you feel like deliver a note for us?
It may be safer not here at the Zaget for him.
It might be safer for you not being here, since obviously somebody has it out for y'all.
Go ahead and roll one more time.
13.
At the acknowledgement that it might be safer, and him realizing the burn marks that are on various parts of his lower portion of his body, he does kind of scamper down and carefully crawls towards you, and eventually he is right in front of you.
Well, do it. Do it.
Let me have a conversation.
Tell him thank you.
So, how's your day?
You had breakfast. Yeah.
How's your coffee?
I need you to deliver this to Kalakesh. You know the way.
There's an agreement.
But I need you to take it to Tonks. He's a bigger half orc guy with, I think he has a cracked tooth, doesn't he? Where's my Tonks notes?
The psychic connection that you get that comes back to you is it's images of the Great Wall of Kalakesh, the front area that's from an aerial view. Almost if it's a memory he's sharing with you of traveling over the wall, and when he lands on the top of the guardhouse.
He'll take it to the guardhouse. I think that should be good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna have to be.
Hopefully Tonks and them are still in charge.
Surely they are. It hasn't been that long for other Malsaran to come. It hasn't been that long. The others still may be in the garrison or in the guardhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I'll slide the note in a little receptacle attached to his leg.
Yeah, it's already, there's a small little tube that is affixed to one of the hind legs.
I'll slide the note in there, offer him a little bit more food.
Takes it graciously, just rips it out of your hand.
If you when you come back, find me. Don't come here, and we'll keep you safe.
I don't think his brain works that way.
No, but you are reassuring.
Yeah.
No, I know, but he only goes from here to there and to here.
Well, we're trying to change that.
Well,
Change a lot of things.
okay.
I love it. Out of just brief pause.
Pause.
As an educator, speaking to other educators, I love that you're like, I just tell them to do it differently, and it's gonna happen.
Right.
Like if that was our battle, it was just to tell kids, no, not that way, do it this way, and then it was done. There's no training or repetition involved
No
in
jobs
breaking
for
a
us.
habit.
No, just learn math.
Sorry, that just caught me off guard. I was
It
like,
doesn't matter if you're left-handed, deliver the note.
and we're back in.
Yeah.
I love y'all so much.
So yeah.
You can, well, no.
I'll read it in the break.
Okay. I was going to say, at some point in time, that
I got you.
in your head.
All right.
So when we first walked in, you said it's.
Good luck, Lucky.
Be safe.
I mean, his name is Lucky.
Now.
I hope he lives up to his name.
For Kelnis's sake.
When we first walked in, you said it's being sifted through, or did you say it's been sifted?
Been.
Okay.
Yeah.
When
you first went into the aviary, that's what
Because
Jazel was doing.
he was cleaning
up.
cleaning up
Clean
the
it up.
wreckage.
So at this point, is it cleaner, or does it still kind of look the same?
I mean, the building itself is kind of falling down, so it's not
Okay.
like it's going to be pristine or furniture's going to be rearranged.
Well-
It's mainly destroyed.
I would assume the dead
It's sooty,
carcasses
yeah.
and destroyed stuff is removed.
Well, I guess what I want to see is if there are any desks or compartments anywhere in the aviary.
Anything we could look through.
Yeah.
Roll an investigation check. If you look for things that are kind of hidden in
12.
12. Searching around, I mean, there's no furniture. It's not like it was an office, so there's no desks or anything that would have a natural drawer or compartment.
Mm-hmm.
But checking the remainder of any of the stonework, it doesn't seem to have any concealed.
Are the carcasses still there?
No.
What do you do with dead dragons?
Pseudo-dragons.
Well, yeah, but like now I'm actually asking. Because why?
What if we didn't check to see number of cages were there that many number of carcasses?
Why would we look at that? What would we?
I felt like Lucky was the only one who was lucky.
My brain's just.
There's not a tiny baby dragonborn army. Let's
I
stay on
cannot
point.
wait for Murder Mystery Episode 2.
We also decided, well, I decided it wasn't an army of fighting killer baby dragonborns. It was.
We'll come back. Okay, so
We're on the clock.
Okay, been to the aviary, we need to go
where else
to
would
the iris.
Okay, where else would Jazel be?
He might be patrolling. He might be in his domicile, in the copper domiciles,
Okay.
which is somewhere we wanted to go.
Yeah. Because I know we went there once, but I don't know, we were just real quick in and out. Didn't talk to anybody, so.
Is there any way we can divide and conquer to...
Is it safe for us? Do we have like press badges we can walk around with?
Rawr.
Bronze for the day. Call me Brahms.
Would it be safe for us to walk without you?
I think y'all could take care of yourselves. And I think it would be wiser for you two to go into the iris than for me.
Okay.
I think you may get more information than I would.
Okay.
Because y'all are outsiders, and in some ways they are too.
Is there anything we should like really look out for? Because I mean, I see how I can see the difference in metallics and chromatics just because of the way that they like walk around and everything. And I mean, like, yeah, I see like the differences in colors, but man, you guys all look the same. I'm sorry, but like I just don't get it. I just don't understand. The bronze, brass, copper, blue, gold.
Well, the
It's
metallics are more
I don't
medley.
get it.
and the chromatics are more rainbowy.
But why is it these versus those?
Because that's just how it works.
And why is it also all of these versus all of these?
It's just how our society
I'm not one to judge.
was. It's how it's been. I'm not saying it's right. I've been other places, and I've seen where that's not okay.
Okay.
But Dakar's right.
Do you think the chromatics will talk to us?
I don't know them well.
Okay.
You don't know any chromatics?
I've met one now.
Do you think your mother would know any?
Not well,
Rokum would probably be the only one.
I would think. All things considered.
Okay.
But pay attention to their stance. Are there any that maybe walk confidently? They could be a part of the supposed uprising.
Okay.
Are there some helping others? Are there...
And where are you going?
I'll go to the Copper Domiciles.
Okay. What are you hoping to find?
I need to talk to Rokum's family. I need to talk to see if I can find Jazul.
Man, I wish there was a way we could talk to each other when we're not, like... We'll have to look into getting something like that.
A pager.
Walkie-talkie.
We could title a note to Felix and send it back and forth.
I am not sending Felix through a crowd of dragons.
He loves the
I
adventure.
can't wait for us to rest so he can come out.
It's okay, boy. It's okay.
He loves the excitement.
You know what? We're gonna pause that conversation here.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to the Iris. I'm very, very nervous. And then where should we meet you? Should we meet you in the Coppers or should we go back to your
Let's
place?
meet in my domicile.
Okay.
We can rest and then we can pick back up. I'd like to talk to Velasa also.
Do you want us to go with you?
I trust Velasa.
Okay.
I may do that, and we can do the Copper Domiciles and the Bronze Domiciles together.
Okay.
I feel like y'all have a better perspective of my kind being suspicious than I do.
Okay. Okay. To the Iris.
We
So
got
you're
this.
splitting up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so as you begin making your way towards the Iris, you do get quite a few stares and looks. However, people have been informed that there are strangers and outsiders on the Zaget. And you're not bothered, apart from the amount of attention that you're getting from everybody that seems to be keeping their eyes on you, heavily on you. However, you would make it to the Copper Domicile before they get over to the Iris. So as you approach and...
To Velasa. I'm going to go to Velasa first.
Oh, you're going to Velasa?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Velasa.
Okay, so where are you looking for Velasa at?
I'm going to go to the palace to look for her to see if she's there.
But you would know that she is actually the herald that takes care of Doxin. So you do go back up those large staircases, those winged staircases to get to the Skeld Palace, and walking in to the throne room itself, you see that large standing throne. It is empty, and there are a few chromatics that are moving throughout, or cleaning and organizing the floor. And then in the back, you see that one door that was where Velasa led Doxin begins to close, as you do see Velasa is closing the door and turns around and sees you. And then immediately walks towards the front of the steps by the throne.
Velasa.
Please tell me that you have solved something.
We have, I think, some answers to some things. But I do have questions for you.
Of course, whatever I can do.
I'm going to ask you a lot of questions.
Well, I would, if I were in your position, I'd be asking plenty of questions. But, I'm sorry, go ahead.
On the night that Rokum died, where was my mother?
I'm not sure. The three heads of the Metallics typically don't spend much time with each other, where Yawin is more of a general in the field and manages the trainings of our Zaget Knights. Your mother was more of a figurehead with I mean, let's face it, you don't have that many Trueborns in your clan. Your position is lower. Your mother kind of tends to the social needs of the Metallics. So it could be in any of the domiciles. I myself was with Dachshund. His illness is not retreating, and I fear that we're getting close to the end of his span.
How are things getting worse for him?
You can tell the fatigue in his body. He's definitely aged. I mean, he's lived a good life, and he's brought prosperity to our clans and organization. I mean,
he's been a good leader.
There's been no war in his reign, but he definitely speaks more hesitantly. His movements are aged. He falters a lot when he walks. He tries his best to not show weakness, but I know he's barely holding on.
So if you were with Dachshund that night, and my mother could have been in any of the domiciles, where was Yalin?
Honestly, just like your mother, I'm not sure. She could be at the proving pits. I believe there were some individuals who were captured recently.
But I believe they were captured after that night, or they were captured that night, so I don't know that she would have seen them then.
I'm not quite sure. You'd have to take that up with Yalin. The first time that we had seen each other in one room was actually upon your arrival. It's very rare that the three generals are in one place.
How are the coppers taking Rokum's death?
We plan to hold vigil for the next few weeks, as is custom. The body will remain here, sealed within the palace. But honestly, it's a death. You know, just as I do, that in our culture, death is expected. As long as you give it in the service of the clan, the Dreadnought will reward you.
But in this case, how do you know he was giving it in the service of your clan? Are you not at all worried about that for him?
What would I be concerned that Rokum would be doing?
Well, that he won't get what is due to him. His whole life he dedicated.
Well, that in itself would give him reward in the Dreadnought's eyes. The dedication he spent his whole life of chronicling and guarding our secrets, that is a service. It may not be as profound as the Trueborns to get night, but what you both did in the archives is important.
Who will replace him?
Well, that's your mother's position right now.
But I believe that was temporary.
Dependent on... She kind of goes silent. We'll know by tomorrow whether it's temporary or not.
Do you know anything about how things are going in the Iris with the bronze and the chromatics?
I would venture as normal as possible. I'm curious, why are you singling out the bronze?
Because they're in charge of the Iris right now.
Well, they're not in charge as much as your mother would have been in charge of the Iris.
But they are the ones patrolling, and we saw some of the bronze down in the Iris, and it was not they weren't kind to the chromatics.
Honestly, Imrish, when's the last time any of our kind has really been kind to a chromatic?
Isn't that something we should be concerned about as a whole? Isn't there something wrong with that?
That's not really up for us to decide. How familiar are you with our history?
I never got to read the book that's missing.
But you at least spent more time reading the histories in the archives than most Dragonborn. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
I need y'all to like telepathically send me more
I
questions to ask. 18?
You have delved through
You know everything.
many things in the archives, in the antiquary. As far back as people have written, Draconic, the language of Draconic is actually one of the oldest languages in existence. And it speaks of the creation of the Dragonborns way before the creation of some of the other races. There is a direct lineage from the great dragons in existence that kind of morphed and adapted into the humanoid forms that you are. The creation itself came from the mating of the giant mount of the Dreadnought and the giant dragon mount of the Undying Fury. And that when the two came together, it was because they were passionately in love. However, in your history, it was the Undying Fury who became jealous of the praise that the children gave to her mate. And she struck him down and gave him the large scar that slices down his breastplate. And from then, at that point, she took all of the Dragonborn and began to corrupt them and turn them into colors of chromatics. And that's when the Great Schism between the chromatics and the chromatics, or the metallics and the chromatics, began. Throughout history, there's been wars internally between the Zaget, and there were times where both were seen as equal and stalemate, but there's never been a time where the chromatics were in rule. Currently, you're under Doxon's rule, and there hasn't been an uprising, there hasn't been internal war, but the metallics have greatly outnumbered the, not in number itself, but in strength of what the chromatics have.
Can you say that last part again? I think I got mixed up.
So the numbers, the actual number of Dragonborn on each side, there's not really a census, but there's plenty on both sides of the Zaget.
Mm-hmm.
But the militaristic power is not really evident in the chromatic side.
And when you say there have been more metallics, do you mean also like, I know you said there's not a census, but like population-wise, the metallics have outnumbered the chromatics? Or just their military force?
Just their military force.
They're more organized.
Mm-hmm.
You would also know that the chromatics aren't allowed to hold weapons. The chromatics aren't allowed to organize in like mass, apart from their religious ceremonies, because they still do follow the will of the Undying Fury.
Right.
Where any metallic can come over into the chromatic side and patrol, you have to have specific, almost like you have to have a job or a station under an indentured servitude to a metallic for you to come over as a chromatic to get to the other side of the Zaget. Which is why in the palace there was the red dragonborn,
Mm-hmm.
and you see a couple of chromatics that are working, kind of washing the floors. You'll see a chromatic on your side every now and then. All of that for Velocity to answer you and just say, you know our
You know the
history.
histories.
Whew.
I'm trying to figure out a way to word it.
You're halfway to the iris. But a pan over, pan back.
I think it's this way.
You get lost.
There are signs with arrows.
They're also in Draconic.
Are the arrows in Draconic too?
It's just a claw.
How has your clan been faring? I know the bronze grow in number and the brass are dwindling.
I mean, we're fine. We're content.
Birth rates?
We have a fairly new batch of hatchlings that are coming up. I mean, once again, I'm curious of where you're going with this.
I am too. Velasca, there are so many things that don't seem right now that I've left this event.
It's partly because we're isolated. It's actually one of the concerns that we have when we do meet as the higher upper echelons of the Dragonborn.
And how often do you meet?
Not nearly enough. But there is some within our ranks who feel that...
Whose ranks? What clans?
This is amongst the generals and Doxon, who feel that we should meet more with the outsiders, if not to grow our knowledge and progress. While others are more fond of staying isolated and strong.
Sometimes knowledge is strength.
I wish there's more they can help you with. Please, feel free if you need assistance. I would know we're not supposed to investigate for you, but at least I might give you insight.
Have you seen Rokum's body?
I have.
Did you notice anything out of sorts?
Apart from the webbing and the marks that trickled across his body, no.
They didn't strike you as odd or suspicious or telling?
Everything is odd and suspicious in this.
I know the aviary was burned. And I know some of the generals are not interested in meeting with or about outsiders. Have you received any messages or been in contact with anyone outside of the city yet? Not accusatory, just curious.
No, I can't imagine when the last time that we used a pseudo-dragon to contact an outsider was. Definitely not in my time.
Do you know where Jezul is?
Since it's still day, he probably would be on his routes.
Which are?
Once again, I'm not the general that's in charge of military. You'd have to speak with Yawin.
Where is Yawin?
I once again would check somewhere in the proving grounds or near the iris. You yourself said there's a lot of bronze that are present there.
Do you have... You've been very diplomatic so far, and have watched your words very carefully. Do you have any concerns, or do you have any concerns about Yawin or about Nalakinte? I'm worried.
under our traditions and our history, I have no reason to suspect that a metallic would have anything against the other metallics.
History notwithstanding.
Well, within our history, it's never been a metallic uprising against metallics.
There's a first time for everything.
I have faith that this won't happen in my time.
Do you know any chromatics on a personal level? Or any by name, or any at all?
Only the ones that would be here within the palace. And she kind of looks over at a couple, and you see a few of them that are clearly listening, but not eavesdropping. Like they're trying to
Look busy.
Well, it's that thing where it's like you're trying your best not to listen, but you know you have to listen, and
Flying casual.
yeah, like they have a job to do, but they're still like don't try to make it look like you're eavesdropping, but you hear it anyway. But yeah, apart from these individuals, no.
Do you know their names?
I honestly do not. I know you must think little of us with your current outlook on the world.
Not little so much as there's, and it's going to sound revolutionary and I don't mean it that way, I just know that some things are not fair. And just because something that's written down in a history book doesn't mean that that's true and that's what happened. And what if something was written in a different book that said otherwise? What if there was more to the story than the Undying Fury corrupted those children?
Roll me an insight check.
Oh! 7.
Okay. The moment you say the words a different book, there's this not lasting, but there's almost like this moment of like, if you could see the face sink in of like realizing what you just said, and then kind of shakes it off and it's back into context.
What do you mean?
That's all I can tell you. You rolled a 7.
But like,
Say no
the
21.
sinking part, like, was the thought sinking in or her face?
face.
Like,
Once again, you rolled a 7.
Imploded.
Yeah. You could just blow her mind, or she could be holding a fart. You don't know.
She just bit her lip.
The tail just...
Let's say she's copper, so a little bit of acid comes out. Does that work on both ends? I don't know.
You're gross.
I don't know Dragonborn anatomy.
If I might ask,
Yep.
do you have a suspect in mind?
A suspect for what?
For the murder of Rokum. For the theft.
she lifts your eyebrows.
Go.
The loss of the girl, a lot of things going on right now.
Why are
This
we
isn't
here?
a funny matter, Countess Imrish. Your life is at stake.
Is it hot in here?
Where are the tissues?
Those aren't in the budget.
Hang on.
I'm getting a grip on myself.
Velasa, there are a lot of things going on. You realize that.
Yes. There's always things going on.
Can you tell me about Rokum's family?
Rokum didn't have any family. Apart from the Coppers. Every clan considers their clan members as their family. But if you mean, did he have a mate? No, not that I was aware of.
Just speculation. hypothetically, what would happen were a metallic and a chromatic to mate?
Apart from it not being, it wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen.
Do you have any worry for when Dachshund is gone? Because Yalwyn will take charge.
Yalwyn is a very strong and able dragon. I do not have worry of anything bad happening to our clans.
Which clans?
Dear the Metallics. Will regulations be harder on chromatics? Is yet to be seen.
And as a copper, do you not have any worry about that for the chromatics? Just out of kindness for our own kind. We're all dragonborn.
Yes, but we are dragonborn who follow the ruling of,
The Dreadnought Prince.
whereas they've continued to follow the Undying Fury. If a chromatic were to have killed your mother, would you still be willing to mate and marry with that chromatic?
I don't know that that's the issue at hand.
The Dreadnought Prince is the father of us all. Do you forgive the chromatics for still following the person who caused harm to our great father? I need no answer, just continue to think on that.
What about the harm we've placed on them?
For most, they would say that it's deserving.
So it's natural for them to want to rise up. It's oppressive. I'm not saying either is right.
So what is your intention? Are you planning on toppling society and pointing out the errors that were or may be within our clans? Or are you going to actually solve and prove that you did not do any of this?
I'm going to try and solve that I didn't do any of this first.
I would encourage that. You seem to be focusing more on bigger issues rather than pertinent issues.
I've seen a lot in the past few weeks.
And if you don't solve this, you won't see
Anything.
very much more. Sorry, I don't mean to reprimand you.
No, I'll go find Yowen. I'll go find Yowen. Thank you.
You're welcome. Across the way, the two of you make your way and you find yourself at the top of the spiraling staircase going down into the large iris.
We walk down, fanny packs.
Can you take a picture? Can you take a picture of us?
Around your neck.
Honey, look at this! Let's get a picture in front of it.
Roll stealth at super disadvantage.
I think we're going to keep heading into the chromatic.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I guess we're gonna go like where we were before. We're just gonna keep going that way,
Yes.
like where the pit was.
All the
No.
chromatics are in one pit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like the metallic side where there are separate caves.
Yeah, but
This
not the pit, the chromatic pit where they live.
That is the iris.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They
Okay.
live in the iris.
Okay. Then I want to see if I can find any younglings.
Just small kids?
Yeah, just
there's plenty.
Like that look hungry and or famished.
Nobody looks. They're not kept from having generic goods. I mean, they have a society. They're clothed. They eat. They're still trained to do skills. They have trades. It's not like they're in the slums.
Oh.
They are just segregated.
Well, there goes my plan.
I'm keeping in mind everything that Calnus has kind of talked about, and like hearing like these words like trueborn and like how the ones with tails and wings are like higher up. I'm gonna look to see if there are any chromatic dragons that look like that have tails and wings.
Okay. You have not seen anybody on either side with wings.
Okay.
The tail is the only thing that have popped out. Go ahead and I'll let you decide. Well, actually, how are you doing this? You're just walking around and looking? Because they're wearing clothing.
Forgive me, viewers. I am looking for bulges.
You're disgusting.
Okay. So you're looking for some back bulge?
Yeah,
You're
back
not using
bulge.
your stealth to like
The back
run up.
No, because I want to do this like
With
as
a stick?
politely as possible.
Beetlejuice style with a stick, and you're like trying to lift up. Oh.
I just had some weird. Yeah, we're moving forward.
Okay, so you're just looking. So perception check.
Yeah.
You're not actually trying to.
No.
Like I was like, is it investigation?
No.
Is it perception? What are you doing? You're just looking. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Perception check.
Not very good. 9.
Anybody who has on like a robe or a dress, you don't really see anything, but a lot of the clothing is loose fitted.
Mm-hmm.
If they are wearing, they have their own guard that are not actually Zaget Knights or part of the military. They're just there to kind of be in need of help. If something goes wrong, you can go to one of these people. They don't have uniforms or armor, but they're more exposed, and none of them have a tail.
Okay. Where we are right now, is it? I'm trying to wrap my head around what it might look like. Does it look like kind of like a food court where everybody's just kind of walking around, or is it like a little bit more?
Imagine that you're going to a
organized.
baseball stadium, except instead of the actual, so like a topless, roofless, Minute Maid Park kind of style, there's the stadium, and all of the places around are tiered and terraced, where there's a step that goes down to the next level step. It's very Colosseum-like, where it just goes straight down, and there are domiciles everywhere.
Okay.
The Matrix.
Yes.
It's, yeah.
Okay. Dakar, I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed right now, and I don't think we can do this.
We let's go talk to some kids then. Maybe that'll put you at ease. Like I want to try and find a group of kids.
Right. There's some small ones that are actually playing with a small little hoop that they are actually spinning, and as they spin it, they're trying to throw rocks to get it to go in between.
That actually looks like fun. I want to play.
Yeah.
Side quest. 30 gold.
New shooter. Who's up? Hey guys, what you guys playing?
As soon as like you say that, you can just see like that scene where everybody stops and the hoop is like just slowly spinning and comes to a halt and nobody moves and they're just eyeing each other.
What do you guys call that game?
They just kind of look around and then they start speaking and you hear this kind of odd, not slithery, but unintelligible to you kind of growl as they begin speaking in Draconic.
I think they're talking about your cue.
Probably.
Look nicer.
Can we play?
And they just kind of look at you and they step a little bit away from the hoop.
No. Can we play with you?
Nobody seems to move.
This is me saying it. I know this is going to sound bad, but back to the car. Does anybody want some good berries? I hold out some good berries and offer them.
Don't seem to move.
I'll take one to eat it. Yummy.
Roll a persuasion at disadvantage.
Really don't think they want your food.
You are outsiders. They
Yeah.
have never seen anything like you before.
14.
One of the older, taller ones kind of steps forward, grabs the hoop, and spins it, and then gets away.
And I'll go and I pick up the ball and say, like this? And I like
It's
try
just
to...
a rock.
Oh, okay. Well, then I try to toss it through the hoop.
Yeah. You know what? Go ahead and just roll me a dex. Just straight dex. No proficiency, just your dex modifier.
15.
It makes it through, but it kind of hits. It's not a perfect... there's a lot of skill into getting this and timing it just right. And the hoop itself kind of wobbles a little bit, fixes itself, and then begins to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of look at each other, and one goes in and gets the hoop again and spins it. And the one kind of grabs a rock and comes up to you and hands you another one.
I say, no, your turn.
You see it kind of goes... Throws, very same thing. Hits, but it keeps going up. But then another one throws and hits it. And you realize the object of the game is not to get it in.
Oh.
It's to keep the hoop spinning by hitting it where it doesn't knock it too far off and lose its momentum.
Again?
There's a whole bunch of rocks around you.
I pick up a rock and I do it again.
So you spend a little bit of time going. Go ahead and roll me one more, and we'll just see how far you get this. Ooh.
It's bad.
Yeah, they rolled pretty badly. So yeah, you just can't quite get the timing that they have, and they're more hearty and laughing about it.
Yeah.
But they definitely are enjoying that you're playing the game with them.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, a white dragonborn kind of approaches, shouts some words, and the kids kind of grab the hoop and giggle, and then run off. Just like, may I help you?
Oh, well, we wanted to... Sorry, my name is Q. This is Dakar. We wanted to come and just spend some time in this area. We came in through the metallic side and wanted to be over here for a little bit.
We know who you are.
Yeah.
We saw you earlier. Forgive me. Tamora.
Tamora?
Tamora.
That's a pretty name.
Thank
It's
you.
a lot like Kimura, which Q is short for.
There's nothing really short for my name, but
T?
I would prefer Tamora.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's no secret. I mean, why we're here. We came with Kelnis. I'm sure you're aware of everything that's been going on. We're so new to the area. We just don't know what's happening, or none of this makes sense.
We feel very unwanted on the metallic side, so we just wanted to come and talk to some chromatics and see if they have any insight into what's going on, and possibly if any of the bronze have been talking about the situation.
Roll an insight check for me.
Inside. 18.
There's a few things that you say that signal very different reactions. The statement of, we came from the metallic side, there's this quick sense of backing off of, like, making physical distance away from you. Saying that when you ask about, like, what's going on in the metallic side, there is blank confusion across the face. And you can tell that overall, the questions you're asking aren't making sense to her at all.
Mm-hmm.
There's fear of uncertainty in her eyes, but there's a lot of confusion.
Sorry, I know this is all moving very quickly. We have a lot of information of some things that we're trying to figure out, but more so, we were here earlier and we were walking around with some of the bronze, and I didn't really understand the the relationship that like the more browny color dragons have with like the really colorful dragons. I don't understand.
Well, historically, we've been at odds for I guess most of our existence. It just depends on who you talk to. There's just been bad blood between our two halves.
Well, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of you guys here. I mean, I don't, like, are you happy?
I would rather not speak about it.
Got it.
As you see her kind of looking around.
Okay.
Is there someplace more private we can talk?
Roll a persuasion check.
22.
I really can't share any information with you, especially here when the guards are present. They do diminish in capacity later on in the evening. If you want, I can meet you at my domicile, or I would be afraid to leave the Iris, especially at night.
Okay. Yeah, where is the white domicile?
You're in the white domicile, and you look around, and everywhere, the biggest striking thing is there's not a segregated spot for chromatics. All the chromatics are mixed in.
Where's your domicile?
She kind of points over a few barracks down the way.
Okay. Well, until then, can you think of anybody that we can talk to who would be willing to talk to us? I know we came in through the metallic side, but we're not metallic dragonborns. We don't have any allegiance to them at all.
But you came with a metallic.
Well, we have allegiance to her as a friend. It has nothing to do with her race.
She has some new ideas, I believe.
Be that as it may, you'd be hard-pressed to find anybody on the Iris who will talk to you, knowing who your company is. There's a lot of distrust. Warranted distrust.
Seems like it. We've been hearing a lot on the metallic side about uprisings, which again seem warranted. Do you know who we could talk to about that?
I'm sorry, I can't talk about this here.
Okay.
And you see that she's carrying this small sack of you can't really see it with the woven covering on top, but she kind of drops it and it pops open, and a few things of like seed and grain kind of fall out and spill over at your feet, and she kind of leans down.
I'll help her pick it up.
Yeah. As you do, she kind of whispers, They took a few of us a few nights ago.
The ones in the pit?
And she kind of looks up and she nods and grabs the satchel and begins to walk towards her house.
Okay. So we're coming back at night.
Should we see how the chromatics in the pit are faring? If any of them survived?
Yeah, I want to go look at the pit, see what's changed.
The proving grounds.
The proving grounds, sorry.
So there's numerous pits inside the
Yeah.
pit. We're like a
So you're
Russian
heading
festival.
proving grounds?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Where are you heading?
I'm gonna stay in the palace, and I'm gonna see if I can talk to any of the chromatics who are working there.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you're picking.
I'm gonna approach the one closest to me.
Sweet, yeah. So, because you were right next to the steps, as Velasa kind of leaves and goes back into the back chambers where she would do her duties, you turn around and there's one that is crouched down who is actually mopping up an area of the floor that's closest. This is the one that you kind of saw was listening to the conversation. This is a blue dragonborn.
That's what I was gonna ask. I'm going to sit down on the floor next to this blue dragonborn, but not where he or she is walking. I don't want to be in the way.
She kind of sees you and puts her head down and continues going.
You probably know my name's Kelnis.
Yes, my lady.
Can I ask what your name is?
My name's Mara.
It's nice to meet you, Mara. I don't mean to interrupt your work. You probably know that I'm in a lot of trouble. And I've been gone, and I've seen other civilizations and organizations of people, and they live in different ways from each other and from us. And you probably wouldn't be comfortable if I asked you questions, but could I?
She kind of just nods yes. You also kind of know that they really can't deny you anything.
I don't... If something makes you overly uncomfortable that I ask you, please don't answer it. Because I don't want to put you in trouble any more than I am sitting here talking to you. Have you used... You're blue. Your skills are beautiful. Have you seen blue chromatics use their breath weapon?
Yes, my lady.
Please don't answer if it makes you uncomfortable or if it feels like you're going to be in trouble.
No, I have seen it.
Can you do damage to your own kind with the breath weapon?
Yes, but it's more about the duration. It doesn't do... We have a natural resistance, but even whenever we do breathe it, we can feel the pain.
Yourself as you breathe it?
Slightly, but if it were to hit us on the outside, it still will leave markings.
In the iris, how are all the children?
I'm sorry, my lady. I'm confused about your question. Our children are fine.
And hatchlings?
We have some.
Have any been taken?
There's a lot of us. It's hard to keep up with.
Did you know Rokum? Did he ever speak to you?
I met him once. Through my sister.
Is your sister a blue dragonborn also?
At which point you see her kind of put her head down and there's a slight whimper before she raises her head. My sister Shara used to work in the palace with me.
Used to.
She's in the pits right now.
I'm so sorry. Things aren't right here.
No response.
I didn't kill Rokum. Can I ask how your sister knew him?
We both worked here in the palace, and we've seen Rokum come in fairly often as he would give his reports to Doxon. There was one time, maybe a year ago, where Rokum had asked for assistance within the antiquary, and Shara was selected. So for quite a long time, she spent her days and her work hours with Rokum. I don't think she was in the antiquary, but I know that she was serving him.
And you don't know what they were doing?
I'm sorry, no. My sister would speak fondly of Rokum. He was a very gentle man, from what I've been told. Honestly, the amount of times that she wanted to talk about how he spoke with her and how kind he was would get a little tiresome when we get back. She said that he was her anchor. That it was the only thing keeping her here.
And so when he died, did she try to flee? Was she trying to escape? Because there are other Dragonborn out in the world.
On our side of the Zaget, it is known as the final option before death, to escape. Many of our kind in the past have tried and are usually stopped, tortured, incarcerated, or thrown into the pits. On that night, my sister did not come home. We heard the next day that she had been found with a group of Dragonborn that were fleeing.
Do you know where they were fleeing to?
Only that they were heading out towards the north.
And do you know where they were found?
I do not. I only got notice that my sister had been taken. That morning, the Bronze clan came down into the Iris in larger numbers than typically before and dug through a lot of the domiciles, including ours. They said they were searching for something.
And they didn't say what?
They didn't. But apparently they didn't find anything. The general was very, very upset and mad.
The general went down herself?
Yes.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? You've been very helpful. Is there anyone else you think I should talk to?
If you're talking about, are you looking into the chromatics?
I'd like to speak with chromatics. I have to prove that I didn't take this book.
I would speak with maybe the families of the other Dragonborn that were captured that night.
And the general that went down into the Iris that morning, was it my mother or was it Yawen?
She had a patch upon her eye. I believe that's Lady Yalwyn.
And is the patch new? Or has she had it?
You would know that she's had this for a long time. I'm not familiar with exactly who was taken, but there was rumor that one of them who lived very close to me, his white dragonborn, by the name of Tekin. They had also gone into his domicile and tossed around a few things, but I don't believe they found anything there as well. But it might be as a starting point.
And Tekin and your sister were taken into the pits.
I believe so. I haven't actually been able to go to the pits. We're not allowed. If you do go...
Can I take a message?
I'm afraid you wouldn't be able to see my sister unless you were in the pit. But
it's possible. That's not out of the realm of possibilities for me right now.
just let her know that her family loves her. And we understand her decisions.
Do you have other family members that might be comfortable talking to me?
My mother?
And her name?
Kala.
Is she a blue dragonborn like you?
Yes, my lady.
Thank you. Is there anything I can do for you?
I think you need to worry about yourself right now.
Thank you, Nora.
And then she grabs her bucket and stands up and begins to walk. As you make your way to the proving grounds. Sun is starting to set a little bit as it gets lower into the evening.
That heat, finally getting cut.
Oh, my knees are sweaty.
The wind begins to pick up.
Are there as many... Well, I guess, are Nalakente, Linorande, and Dejunta still there?
Dejunta and Nalakente are not there. However, the one person who is still monitoring is Linorande.
Okay. I'm gonna watch her for a little bit while, I don't know what you want to look for, but I want to just watch her and see like who she's interacting with, like which Dragonborns she's really going after, or if she's going after anybody, just
So
kind of seeing.
the pit itself, remember, it's a large embedded coliseum that's very far down. Linorande has those familiar goggles on and is in almost, think of it like if you were at the Coliseum where the Emperor would sit. It's a box that's elevated up where they can see down.
Okay.
So it's all open where anybody can jump in, or well, maybe not out.
If you want to jump in, that'd be bad. Nobody can jump out. You're talking like 300 feet of solid stone.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way the creatures could get out or you could get out.
Okay.
But she's by herself. It's not a place where crowds are there cheering on. It's purely for punishment.
Okay.
Punishment and training.
This doesn't look good.
Nope.
I don't even... I feel so useless right now.
Let's see if we can find the entrance to the proving grounds.
So the entrance itself, imagine that if this is the large area of what will soon be the proving grounds, there is a bridgeway that extends out from the kind of perimeter that has a lift drop that lowers down.
So it's almost like a mine shaft.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's the entrance.
Where's the exit?
Can I see anything in the pit right now without the goggles?
Yeah, you can see the whole pit. It's the amount of terrain. Remember, it's a maze between the large formations of rock. Every now and then, you see. Actually, currently, right now, there is one white dragonborn that is sitting upon the top of one of the crags. And you can see it's just very, very aware of what's going around him.
Mm-hmm.
However, it seems to be just the one.
But it's just that dragonborn. There's not another creature that we can see right away. Like right now. Okay. Uh-oh.
From the last time you were there, you also would remember that it's not that these creatures were just ravenously attacking everything.
Mm-hmm.
They would come out and grab something, pull it in
Mm-hmm.
to one of the caves, and then you wouldn't see it again.
Mm-hmm. I don't like any of this.
There's only one left. Q.
I know. What happens if we can't do this?
If we can't do what?
If we can't help Kelnis prove this?
Could we try and sneak her out of town tonight?
I mean, we could, but then what? This is her home. This is her family. I mean,
look at all of our homes.
I'm no stranger to running away, and to be honest, that sounds like a pretty good idea right now, just knowing that it's me. But I also know that that's not what Kelnis wants. What are we looking for here again?
I don't remember.
Well, then we need to go back to Kelnis's domicile so we can see if she found anything and let her know that we didn't find anything, but we were gonna talk to Mora at night.
Yes.
Maybe after we rest, we can come and do that.
And maybe check on this Dragonborn tonight. See if we can offer any aid. If there's less guards around. Or knights.
Maybe. I don't like this.
Me either.
Can you help him from up here?
Is it Nidoronde?
Linorande.
Linorande? Are his eyes focused down in the pit, or is he just sort of...
He's looking over at the pit. He's currently not looking in your direction or aware that you're
okay.
there. Y'all haven't actually announced that you're there.
I don't know what I could do without drawing attention to us.
Okay. Well, let's go back to Kelnis's domicile. Compare our lack of notes.
Right, so you're heading to the brass?
Did you smuggle any weapons in that you could drop to him? Or her?
I mean, yes, but no.
I gotcha.
Where are you heading?
I'm gonna head back to my domicile.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just, when you asked me that, I just kind of gestured to both my boots. And that's it.
Clever girl.
Alright, so you're both heading as you make your way back to the brass domicile?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we'd take a pit stop by the aviary, just in case Lucky's back. Who knows?
You do that.
Okay.
I'm going to Kelnis's.
Okay.
Alright, so you're heading to Kelnis. So you would make it back, you'd be there already beforehand.
Okay.
You're going to the aviary,
Mhm.
and you're just looking to see if the pseudo dragon's there that you'll send off to go somewhere? It is not.
You go to Kelvis's.
Found something.
Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Well, but the Dragonborn kids are cute. And they have a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
What game?
It's a
Twirly circle?
twirly rock circle.
Game. That
Not
sounds-
important. It's also not
It
important.
must be a chromatic game.
Way more important is all of the information we didn't find.
Okay.
So,
We got some good leads, though.
no,
Well, how about I share what I found?
that would probably be more
Okay.
helpful.
I talked to Velasa,
Mm-hmm.
the other general. Very diplomatic, very careful about what she said, very politically correct. I'm not comfortable with the fact that Yalwyn may take power after Doxson, but Doxson is not doing well. She wasn't.
Do you think?
Not doing well.
He's,
Like,
he's
physically?
old. He's physically. He's not gonna last much
Yeah, I don't
longer.
think.
Well, maybe.
Spare the dying?
Well, since he is like in the process of possibly.
This is what you were doing. no word on where the book could be. She could be helpful. I did talk to a chromatic in the hall.
Was it a white one? Because we talked to a white one. Very nice.
No, it was a blue one. Very helpful. Her sister was one who was caught escaping.
Oh, maybe that's the one we saw in the pit.
It was a white one in the pit.
It was a white dragonborn in the pit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't see any other colors anymore.
But when we saw before, there was a white and a green.
There was several colors the last time I looked in the pit.
She also hesitated when I asked her what color her sister was.
So it could be her sister. If
She
her sister
didn't-
is a white dragonborn.
She didn't automatically say her sister was a blue dragonborn.
My apologies for assuming.
That's why I asked. But her sister also knew Rokum. And
How well?
called him her anchor. And escaped that same night that he died.
Did you know her?
No.
Okay.
She was the one who he needed help with some task, and she was the one who was chosen to help him. I forgot what I was going to say next. But they call it the. Now I can't remember what it is. You know, the last thing before death is they would
Escape.
try to escape.
Okay.
Last escape is they would try to leave. I don't know what their relationship was. I don't know.
I wonder if the letters.
Maybe the letters are there, but between the two of them, or the thing that's the other thing is in the antiquary there were baby dragonborn scales of multiple colors.
Mm-hmm.
White and green and red and blue and copper
And black.
and black. But copper was the only metallic scale color.
That brownish color.
Mm-hmm.
One of the brownish colors.
Yeah.
There was blood there.
You just carrying it around?
That's some of the evidence.
Huh. Okay. That's what smelled.
If this sister's important,
So, I don't know if the sister is the same color, but the chromatic I spoke to was a blue chromatic. And I asked her about their breath weapon, which is lightning. They can do that to each other. They're resistant to it, but she said it was all about the duration.
But who? Okay.
Blue or bronze, somebody.
so if someone
They
did it to Rokum,
could have done it to them. They can do it to themselves if that's something we need to think about, just to have in mind. But blue or bronze, it had to be blue or bronze, a blue or bronze dragon that did that to Rokum.
Okay.
but from what I'm getting, if someone did it to Rokum, either someone did for an extended period of time, or it was numerous people doing it to him at once. If he's resisting to it.
He wouldn't be resistant to it because he's copper. So a chromatic did it, or one of the bronze did it. The book, I have no idea. I have nothing on the book except that in talking to Velasa, I mentioned in passing that, you know, because she talked about our history, and, you know, I mentioned in passing because Rokum was poring over this book, you know, what did he find in those histories that maybe someone wouldn't have liked?
Mm-hmm.
Or what if there was a different book that told the histories differently, told our histories differently. And there was a reaction, but I don't know what her reaction was.
Do you think this sister's job could have been to get the book out for Rokum?
Or make a copy of it. Or
Do you all have that technology?
copy.
So who else do we still need to talk to?
We need to visit the bronze domiciles, the copper domiciles, and rest.
What
and
time is it?
Jazul, we need to talk. I have to talk to Yawin to find out where Jazul is.
What time is it?
You're getting close to 6 o'clock.
At night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What did y'all find?
The kids have a fun game, yeah. We're supposed to go back to try and talk to a white to get more information about...
Yeah, but they
Chromax being
don't. They
taken?
literally have no idea what's happening on
Yeah.
this side. Like it's a completely different world.
Things to keep in mind as you approach the nighttime getting later. If you're going to pursue through the night, you're sacrificing your long rest, which means you're going to be at exhaustion level tomorrow.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. Also, if you were going to take your 8 hours late into the night, you're going to wake up right at the time you have to defend yourself. So if you're thinking of doing something in the morning,
Rest now.
keep your time frame in mind.
Yeah.
If you think it's her sister in the pit, I feel like that needs to be our first stop.
Do you know what the white dragonborn's name was that you spoke to?
Tomorrow. Not Kimura.
No
Tamara.
relation. No relation.
Also, no relation to Mara. Mara's mother's name is Takan.
Oh.
Not this right number of syllables though. But... All right, so I don't know. We're not gonna have time to do all of it. I think you should go talk to Yawin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe while we rest, and then I don't know.
We can rest now, and then that way we can go back and talk to Tamora under cover of darkness.
Yeah.
And then possibly finding out, do you know the sister's name? And see if that's her in the pit still.
Shara.
Okay. Anybody else we should look for? I do. Like I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shara's mother's name is Kala.
Okay.
Maybe?
Yeah.
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 So we'll talk to Tamora, see if she knows Kala. We can talk to Kala. And then find out if it's Shara.
But also, I don't want to be doing that if that's not going to help us at all with you. Yeah. I feel like all of
We need
this
the
is
book.
really important, but none of this is going to help.
You want to start planning an escape?
That's another thing. You want to just get out of here?
I have to think on that one for a minute.
Okay. Well.
But they the bronze searched the Mara and Shara's domicile, looking for something as well as other domiciles. But apparently they didn't find what they were looking for. I think it's clear enough that I didn't kill Rokum. But the book is what we need.
If Jazul saw you left, and he will testify to that, that's one big thing. That's a really big thing. Also, displaying for everybody that it's super, I don't know how, I'm sure everybody's super familiar with the kinds of damage that you guys can do, or the kinds of powers you have, but just saying, hey, I'm not lightning. I didn't do this, at least.
So how about I go talk to Yawin to find Jazul.
Okay.
I also could talk to Realnan and see if he remembers what time he heard.
What time he heard sounds. Because he said he heard whispers, and he also heard, loud noises. And then he found him in the morning. So maybe times then, because then you could put in what time Jazul saw you leave being before those sounds. Okay.
And then I'll rest.
Nobody in the chromatics trusts you.
I'm not surprised.
Okay. They keep saying that. Like even like when we were like, oh, well, we're not with the metallics. Like, but you came with a metallic.
It's a long-standing.
I don't like it. I don't like any of it.
Join the club.
Right. So what's your plan?
Dakar, what are we doing?
I'm gonna meditate now.
Yeah, let's rest.
And get my 4-hour little long rest power nap.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And then hit up the iris under cover of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
See if the book's there.
Right. So you're all resting.
I'm gonna go talk to Yawen first to see if I can talk to Yawen.
All right. So while you're taking your rest, you're going to find Yawen. Right. Roll me an investigation check because she could be anywhere.
Nat 20!
You walk inside and bump into her.
You imagine, for some reason, you're like, you know what, let's go to the farthest reach we can and then work our way backwards. So you go all the way to the iris and pulling yourself through as people are starting to go into their domiciles. There are less guards moving around. However, you do see that Yawen is patrolling one small area and she keeps doing checks, going in, ripping through a bedding.
In the iris.
Yeah. And she's pulling out stuff as she's doing searches.
So I go into the iris?
If you want to.
Well, yeah, I'll go into the iris so I can talk to her. Stop!
She kind of looks at you. How dare you try to give me a command?
What are you doing?
My job. She goes back and you see her kind of push a little small wormling out of the way, grabs a bedding, kind of throws it to the side, and starts looking underneath it.
I'm gonna help the little kiddo up and shove the bedding back. Where's Jazul?
I'm amazed at the amount of times you ask me to tell you where people are.
He's under your watch. Where is he? I need to speak to him.
Jazzle would probably be on his duty, if not in his domicile.
Which duty is he on?
He watches the southern wall. How easily you forget these things, Imrish. Are you going to move out of my way? She grabs you on the side and kind of tries to shove you and push you over to the side.
Is this what you're doing this evening? Ripping apart homes?
Searching for the book. At least be happy that I'm doing you a favor of looking for a way to prove your innocence.
Is that what you're doing?
If I find it, it would be helpful to you, would it not?
It would be so incredibly helpful.
And perhaps you do the same.
Are you just now starting to look for the book?
We've been doing this for the last couple of days, going through every domicile and checking.
Why would it be here?
Well, we have to choose everywhere, dear. And why not start with the most obvious spot? If someone were to take a book from the metallics that's important to the metallics, why would it not be a chromatic?
Okay.
She walks out and goes to the next domicile, pulls in, same thing, starts ripping through stuff.
You could do it gently.
You always had such a weak heart.
Thanks for your help. And I'm gonna go, I'll go to the southern wall to see if Jezreel is there.
Alright, so you can make your way to the southern wall. It's gonna take you a while to get back over there.
Would the copper domiciles be between there and the southern wall?
Yes.
Okay, I want to start with the copper domiciles
Right,
first.
so you make your way into the coppers, which is right next, it's the next domicile over from the bronze.
Okay.
So pretty close. Yep, so you make your way there.
To Jazul's domicile.
So Jazzle is in his domicile. So where you went down the first spot, because y'all went and looked at Rokum's domicile,
Mm-hmm.
he is positioned in an area where Jazzul is a few over.
Okay.
So you go past Rokum's and then to Jazzul.
Okay. Jazul, I need your help.
I can help you as much as I can, but I'm bound by law to not give you certain information. But yes, what can I do?
Certain information?
Yeah, you've been stripped of the rights to know any knowledge about anything that's happened past the event itself.
What time did you see me leaving?
When you fled, it must have been maybe an hour after midnight.
And when did you report it?
Should have reported it right away, but not until the next morning.
And who was patrolling with you?
On that night to see, it would have been just me and my men.
Do you know if anyone else saw me?
Nobody's reported it.
And there's nothing you can help me with.
I'm sorry, I wish it was different.
I didn't kill Rokum, and I have proof of that, but I don't know where the book is. We've known each other a long time.
I know this. I'm not proud that I had to give evidence against you, but that's what I saw, and I had to tell somebody.
Would you stand witness for me? Saying that's when you saw me leave?
Well, yes, I already have. I've informed them that that's what I saw. But that doesn't help your case. That's against your case.
Maybe. There's nothing else. Who's on duty tonight at the southern one?
That would be Wentobu?
A bronze.
Yes.
What other guards are on duty?
I'm not sure. Whatever his battalion is, whatever men he patrols, we trade off on evenings.
And where are you this evening? You and your men?
Resting. This is our time off. We patrolled all throughout the day.
And who's on patrol in the east?
I'm not sure. Later on day was working the pit. So either Nalakente or went to our the junta.
Okay. Do you know if Ralman is in his home?
I believe so. Everybody's in.
If you think of anything.
I already told you, I'll help you out as much as I can, but I don't know what you want. You keep coming and asking questions, but you're not actually asking any questions.
But they are questions. What questions do you want me to ask you?
I don't know. Something that's pertinent to actually solving this mystery.
I've asked if you know where the book is and can you help me and...
Did you really think that people were just going to tell you this is where the book is? You have to find that. Why are you thinking that other people just have it waiting to give to you?
I don't. But if they have some idea of anything, because I don't know where it is.
You don't have time to go to every Dragonborn and ask them if they know where things are. Do you not care about your life?
I do, but there are other things at stake as well.
Yes, your mother's position, your friends who are absolutely devastated that you left. You left us.
Rokum sent me. Something's happening. He wouldn't send me for no reason.
Did you not question if whether Rokum might be the person who is out of line?
No, because it's Rokum.
And yet you want me to just defend you because you're Kelmus.
I would defend you because you're Jazul. Have a good night. I'm gonna go talk to Ralman.
Okay. Rihanna is up and has been listening to that, as has everyone.
Rhiannon, can I ask you a question?
What? Oh, yes, Imrish.
What time did you hear Rokum whispering?
You mean on the night that he died?
Yes.
It must have been close to midnight. First time we heard talking.
And then when it was very loud?
Well, he left, came back, and That was the last that I saw him. The other noise was closer to about 1.
Would you be willing to state that in front of everyone at my tribe?
Well, yes. Yeah. I have no reason to lie.
And did Rokum ever act out of sorts in those days leading up to his death?
You're talking about Rokum.
Any more out of sorts than he normally is?
He was frantic. There was one day where he was a bit manic, tossing around things within his domicile. He said he had lost it and was panicking. Apparently he had written something that had gotten away from him. Don't know if that's strange.
At this point, everything is strange. Thank you.
Of course.
That's it.
Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. Time passes. We're moving faster because we're gonna run out of time soon. All right. What are y'all doing?
I'm waking up and heading towards the iris.
Are y'all all going together?
I'm resting in my domicile.
Yeah,
you're
so
taking-
I'm gonna take my
we're
rest.
we're doing our
Meditation. Rest.
meditation
so-
long rest.
So when you wake up, it will be pretty much time for you to go. So you're heading
the
over
iris.
cover night. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to try and find Tekin.
No, tomorrow.
So you make your way to the iris and you go down. Are you
Kala.
going into that white domicile?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is very, very different at night.
Mhm.
There's a silence.
Just like slowly sneak up and try to see if I can.
Are you sneaking up or are you just slowly moving? It's going to be a very big difference.
I'm sneaking up to that domicile to that way I'm not seen getting there. But
Roll a
once I
self-check. If you don't want to be seen, I need to know.
I'll sneak along with you. Following Q's lead.
9.
12.
Okay. You make your way, kind of avoiding the positions of a lot of the guards. However, because it is that circular, large expanse of walkways, you can see the torch lights that are moving
Mm-hmm.
periodically. You make your way in.
Let's see if I can find her.
She's there.
Okay.
She sees you and she kind of goes over. You see there's almost like this curtain that's hung for a little bit of privacy, and she kind of steps to the other side and kind of offers you to quickly step in.
Okay. Get in.
Yep. She closes it. I don't feel comfortable talking for long, so please be quick.
Oh, Dakar, you're the one who said we should come back.
Well, can you tell us anything you didn't want to tell us out in the open from this afternoon?
I didn't want to speak illly about the bronze when you're blasting out in the middle of public that you're seeking a way against them. I'm smart. I'm not going to condemn myself by speaking illy about a metallic.
Fair enough. What can you tell us about the uprisings, the day a bunch of Dragonborns left?
It wasn't a bunch. There's always mention of uprising. There are foolish, younger Dragonborn who speak of changing the times and breaking the chains. This is nothing new. However, most people don't act on it. Apparently, a group were caught within the southern part of the Zaget. They were just captured. I'm not sure if they were planning on fleeing or if they were actually meeting and organizing. We're not allowed to organize in public. Just me talking to you could get me condemned.
Anybody that you know? Was anybody that you know captured?
A girl a few houses down was taken.
Do you know her name?
Shara.
She was a few houses down. Which way?
Points off further down to the right. She was taken along with my cousin, Tegan.
Is Tegan in the pit now?
Yes, I can only imagine that if they're not dead yet, they're still in the pit.
Does anybody ever come out of the pit?
Some people do, but only metallics. You see, whenever you're convicted of a crime, you're tossed into the pit until you die. There is no retrieval. Every day that you survive is supposed to be mercy shown from the dreadnought. From our perspective, we say it's the undying strength of the Fury herself. But eventually, she goes silent.
Is Tegan white like you are?
Yes.
This afternoon, there was still a white dragonborn in the pit.
That does give me a morbid sense of hope, but I almost feel like it'd be easier if he was taken quickly.
Did any of those dragonborns get away that you know of? Did they continue to escape? Or were they all captured?
I'm not sure. They don't tell us exactly who. We just know that when you don't come back, there's only one place you could be. That night, Shara and Tegan never came back from their work.
What was their work?
Shara, I believe, worked in the palace as a chambermaid. Tegan himself was more for manual labor.
So you mentioned you're not allowed to organize, but some of the younger dragonborns do organize. How do they communicate with each other? How do they find out information?
It's not unlike us to rebel in small ways. If we need to pass on information, we have small deposits that we hide. If you look carefully, you'll find them. Most domiciles have something. And she kind of looks over, and there is one small, kind of crate-like box that sits against the corner, and she kind of grabs it, and she pulls it, and behind it there is a very, very tiny alcove that's cut out. And she kind of pulls out, and there's some small gems, like not really refined, but definitely you can see that these are treasures to her. She's like, we know how to protect things that are important to us.
Okay.
She puts the gems back and then pushes
Are
it.
there any holes big enough, say, 2 elves and a dragonborn could fit in?
I'm not sure. You'd have to check. There's a lot of domiciles to check.
Well, who would be living in Shara's domicile?
Just her mother and her sister.
Do you know their names?
Yes, Kala would be the mom. We talk to her. Usually the sister doesn't come back from the palace until much later.
What do you do here, Tamora? What kind of job do you have?
I'm a mother. I take care of my younglings.
It's the best job.
I believe you were playing with one yesterday. Or this morning.
Cutie. It's a fun game.
I'm sorry, but this time I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Okay.
Thank you for the information.
Yes. Good luck.
To you as well.
Let's sneak down to Kala's domicile.
Yeah, but she doesn't know we're coming, so we might startle her.
Let's sneak a little bit louder.
So you're going to Kala's?
Yeah.
Right, when you go in, Kala is laying down.
Okay.
Mara is not there.
Okay. Is there a way? Wake her gently.
No.
Wait. I don't know how to do this.
I'm gonna use my bird staff and just make,
No.
yes, a small little like bird noise come out of it. Like see if it wakes her up, like an alarm clock.
Shh.
There are birds around.
always have to keep in time the time of day.
Like a night bird sound.
Okay.
Okay. There's a little bit of startling. She kind of looks over at you.
It's okay. It's okay. Sorry. I don't mean to startle you. Just Tamora sent us over. She said that we might be able to talk to you about Shara.
As soon as you say Shara, she sits up. Do you have information about my baby girl?
We're trying to put everything together. We know that she used to work for Rokum. Is that something you can tell us more about? What was she doing with him?
She was just attending him. She used to work in the palace, and he had approached her. She said it was the best thing ever in her life because she was no longer in a place where she couldn't be herself.
So she enjoyed her time with him?
Very much so.
Do you know what she was working on with him?
No. I think she just took care of his basic needs. He was always out and about between running the antiquary and the aviary.
The aviary.
I would imagine she was helping out in one area. I'm not allowed on the metallic side.
Did she ever bring anything home?
Like that she would have stowed away in like a hidey hole or something like that?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know this is really scary, especially since everybody's been trying to look for things that have possibly been stolen. One of those things, they're trying to say that our friend stole it, and we know she didn't steal it. And if it's here, we would be very cognizant of the fact that it would be dangerous to know that it could be here. We're not trying to get anybody else in trouble. We just want to save our friend. We want you to be safe too.
Roll a persuasion check.
Why aren't you talking?
I didn't want to
6.
interrupt.
I don't have anything I can say.
Do you have anything you can show us?
She kind of takes a moment and then walks over, goes into a bag, and pulls out 2 strips of paper. When she didn't come home, I got nervous. It wasn't very much later that we heard the bronze dragonborn come in and begin terrorizing the iris. I immediately started sifting through her things, and I did run across this. I've kept it just in case it was something that might get her into more trouble. And she hands you 2 slips of paper. The paper is clearly one piece of parchment that was ripped in half.
Okay. Am I able to read it?
It's in Draconic.
What does it say?
She kind of looks over, makes sure that there's no light, and then she whispers. It says the atrocities are real. Zaget is steeped in a history of manipulation, and I suspect the generals know more than they share. Yours faithfully, Rokum. This is the exact same message that was hidden in Rokum's.
We've seen this before. And I showed a card.
Draconic.
Yeah. She also just said it.
Would you mind if we looked around to see if like maybe your daughter had a hiding place you don't know about?
You must not have kids. I know exactly where my daughter hides things. That's where I found this.
And there was nothing else there? No crudely drawn maps?
Is there anybody that might have known or seen this?
The note?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I never saw her walking around with it. She was very angry the last couple of days before. So we could tell there was something different in her demeanor. I imagine she's the one who ripped the note. I mean, there is also that white dragonborn. You might want to check his domicile. I believe he was taken to. The two of them weren't the best of friends, but about the same time that her demeanor started changing, they started hanging out more.
Do you know where his domicile is?
It's fairly close. She gives you the direction there.
Would anyone be there?
Not sure, I don't live there, but
Yeah, to cover.
I believe he lived alone.
And that's Tegan.
I think that's his name. I'm sorry, but as you see the lights start coming in, but
We'll see ourselves out.
I go to shake her hand or
Paw.
in like both my hands, and I say thank you. We don't trust the bronze. And then sneak over.
Okay. As you make your way in, it is an empty domicile. It has been torn apart. But where the other ones have been reassembled by people who live there, this one is just destroyed and left.
Well,
Let's find that hidey hole.
let's start looking quietly.
Right.
So you're looking for the
Yes.
little deposit?
Yeah.
Okay, so because you're aiding each other, this will either be one person at advantage or two separate rolls.
Oh.
Investigation.
It doesn't matter.
You both want to roll?
We can both.
Let's both roll.
12.
5. Sorry, Kelnis.
I'm gonna have no nails after this.
Can't
Just
find
letting
it.
everyone know.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Okay. Well,
Is there anything else you want to do?
we not here. We can't. I want to go back to what is it? I think I want to go back to Kala's by myself.
I'm just on a whim. I'm going to pull my little wand out of the end of my staff and do detect magic.
Detect magic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh. What'd you roll for your investigation?
5.
Did you just set off fireworks?
I will allow you, because this is kind of a new tactic, you may roll a perception check.
And before I do that, I'm gonna pat myself on the back and be like, you can do this. I'm gonna guide you through it, talking to myself, and cast guidance. What was I doing?
Oh, great!
Perception? Right? Perception?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I was like, are you serious?
No, I just...
You're guiding yourself is not working well.
22.
22?
Yeah.
As you cast and you kind of look around and glance, there is an area in a kind of, it's not a square building, so it's not like there's a corner, but in the back upper left, there is a tracing of an outline that's a very pale blue.
It's like on the wall or it's behind something. I'm going to get closer and inspect that pale blue color.
Yeah. It looks like there's something that could be removed.
I'm going to try and work it out.
Alright, give me an athletics check. It is very, very heavy.
Can I guide myself again?
It's the beauty of guidance. You just gotta be able to call it.
I'm gonna crack my knuckles. You can do this. Maximum effort. Whoo! Athletics?
Yeah.
Well, that's a +0, so that's good. 21.
So you're able to pull, and it kind of shifts, and then it just drops, and there's a loud as this fat stone has been just wedged in to cover, and behind it there is the small pale blue color starts to dissipate. There's a book inside.
I'm gonna take the book out quickly.
Okay.
Put it in the hidey hole sack. Do you think this is it?
I think we should leave.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
As soon as you step out, there are 3 guards that are coming down, and they're like, "Whoa! Halt! What are you doing here?"
We're trying to find Kelnis.
Yeah.
We don't remember
Yeah,
where
we got separated and...
we don't remember where she lives. Like, all these domiciles are confusing to us.
It's confusing to look at the color and know that she's not a chromatic.
just don't have a great sense of direction.
Get back over to the metallic side.
Which way is that again?
They point up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So you make your way back?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. You're still sleeping.
So we can...
Should I use the staff again?
Wait, now I want to look around her bedroom.
Let's find her hidey hole.
You're gonna look around her bedroom? Roll an investigation check.
19.
19. Do you have anything hidden?
Where's the porn stash?
As you find a little alcove that you have.
My secret toys I molded myself.
Do you have anything hidden?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. All right. Let's look.
Do we want Kelnis to be here for this?
I don't know. How long has it been? How long have we been gone?
That you've been gone? Oh,
Yeah.
She's awake. She's not awake. She's sleeping.
No, I know. How long have we been gone?
I would say that it would take y'all about an hour to 2 hours
Okay.
with travel.
Just let her sleep.
Yeah,
Just
let her rest a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're looking in there, and you said there's only toys and things?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what she's left in there.
Crudely made.
You do find inside her hidey hole is another book. This book fits the description of the book that you're looking for.
Hold on, wait, but let's look at the book that you have too.
Okay, let's compare.
Yeah. Okay, this is
This is what we found in Teakins.
what we found. I have Calnis's book.
Yeah.
Or, well, the book we found in Calnis's.
Yeah.
Right, well,
Yeah.
all right.
So the biggest difference that you see between the two is the emblem that covers the front. Whereas one has this symbol of the winged dragon roaring upwards, the other one is the symbol of a dragon's skull with various claw marks that radiate different colors.
Do they look anything like this?
Yes, they do!
It's like, sorry, paying the camera.
So, okay, so
Does this mean Kelnis did it?
does it? I don't know. But I mean, what did the books say? They're all in Draconic.
Yeah.
So, opening it up, they are all in Draconic. Which book are you opening?
I'm gonna open the one I have in my hand. I'm
Yeah.
gonna open Calnis's.
So the one that you found in Kelnis's
Yeah.
room? This one, as you open it up, each page, this is a heavy, heavy book. There's not a lot of pages, but each page is just lines, and it's a name, and then there's one skill. So you see bronze, copper, gold, and it's just
Like an actual scale.
one skill. And it's just lined with skills all the way down. And as you flip, it's just more and more and more and more.
Are there any scales missing?
From each page,
Mhm.
you have to go through a lot of pages. If
Oh.
you guys have the time to go through the whole thing.
No.
Okay. What else we doing? I'll flip the first few pages of the other book.
It's similar, but not as nearly as neat. It's crudely drawn. However, when you go through yours, there are lots of skills that are chromatic, and every now and then there are some that are metallic.
How are we going to prove that Kelman didn't do it? Okay, so they said that the book itself was, the book being missing was proof. So okay, we found the book. I don't see how that means that Kelman didn't do it.
But we can say we found the book any place.
At which point, there is a loud, reverberating horn that deeply bellows and kind of shakes the walls. Kelnis, you pop up, hearing it, and you are aware that this is a summoning call.
We have to go.
And that's where we're going to take our break. So when we come back, we're going to see if y'all can piece together what you found, get our verdict, and then somebody's going into the pit.
Pit.
So stay with us. We're going to take a real quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Oh my.
You have a letter to read.
Oh, okay.
Break light.
Oh yeah.
Gotta do your job there, Q.
I'm sorry, I'm off
Take a moment, you need a moment, I know.
Woo! Yeah.
Let's go through all of Kelvis's notes.
Go get yourself some drink and stuff.
Whew. I need some purple.
What
purple
kind
drink.
of drink?
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Vodka. Let's break it
Wake
up.
me up, escape.
Let's break into the hard liquor.
Okay.
Ready?
No.
No.
Well, no matter what, we're back.
We'll do it live.
I am so ready for this because will they, won't they? Oh, so
Oh wait, I don't have all my stuff.
Nope, not prepared. Ready to go. This isn't an open book test. So you find yourselves hearing that horn. Immediately, Kelnis jumps up and kind of hears it, and there's the thought of that is the palace summoning. You know your time is out, even though it's a little earlier than the time it should be.
Morning, sunshine.
We have to go.
Before we go, this is all about you. This is your day. Brides can be late. Look what we found. Look what we found. And I show her the book. This was in your, it was here.
Where?
With the rest of your toys.
That's embarrassing. I didn't ever want anyone to see those. So that means someone besides y'all have seen them also. It not a priority right now.
Focus. Yes. But we have the book.
We have the book. It didn't leave the Zagat.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay.
We take it with us.
All right.
We
I don't know how it got here.
also got another book.
They're very similar, but very different also. But I don't think we should...
I don't know that we should show that.
Yeah, so...
Hold on to it. I may call for it.
Okay.
But yeah. Especially...
What's in it?
I don't
think it's outlined.
Symbols.
Names and scales.
Like weird picture letters.
Well, I can tell you this one has the Dreadnought Prince on the front. This is the one Rokum was pouring over.
All right.
That is the Liber Draconis. So the title across it, it's the Liber Draconis.
Okay. All right. So there's this one, and then there's that one.
And that has the Undying Fury on the front. Where did y'all find that one? In my room?
In the iris.
That is the Liber Furtatis. You have heard and you've seen the Liber Draconis. You have seen Rokum handle it, but only Rokum has been allowed to work with it. And occasionally he would pull it out and he would manage and work and write and scribe it in and close it and seal it back up. But it's only for his eyes. However, the other book you've never seen. Are you looking inside of it?
Yeah, I want to look inside it.
Okay. It is not only a list of names that goes back quite a long time. It is a list of trueborns. So
How do I know it's Trueborns?
Because it's documented in there that this is the trueborns of this year, this cycle, by clan. It's what tracks the power of which group has the most blessing from the Dreadnought Prince. When you look at the other one, it is also a list of trueborns. but this one has Trueborns chromatically and metallically.
Okay, wait. And I think I have this backward. The Liber Draconis is the one only Rokum was able to handle. And...
What, and Q?
That has the list of names and the list of Trueborns.
Yep. Your name is in there.
Oh!
At the very, very end, one of the last few pages.
But it's all metallics, and
All
then all
metallics.
Trueborns.
Yep. So on that last page that actually has skills, you were the last batch of Zagat Knights to come through. You see Jajunta, Nalakente, Jazul. It's all of you.
And it's only metallics.
Mhm.
And then can you say the other one again?
Liber, I forgot how to say it. Liber,
Fertatis.
Fertatis. Fertatis. Fertatis. Tatis.
Okay. And that's
Titties, but not.
Fertatis.
Fertatis.
That's the one that has...
It's the exact same thing. It's just not. It's crudely drawn.
Okay.
So it's crudely assembled.
But
It's year by year, and there's more chromatic than there is metallic. But there are some metallics in there.
And they're Trueborns and like all, or just Trueborns?
This is all documentation of Trueborns,
Okay.
which you would know.
Because I'm on there.
Well, you also would know that you've been taught that there's no such thing as a Trueborn, which is why it caught you off guard.
No such
Renata.
thing as a Trueborn chromatic.
Yeah, which caught you off guard is why Renata had a tail.
Okay. Can I flip through and see if her name is on there?
It's a big book. You have very little
I'm
amount
gonna
of time.
Start at the back.
I'm gonna start at the beginning.
Start at the back.
Do an investigation check at disadvantage, as you are going to
Start.
have to moving.
I'm gonna use some guidance. Start at the back of the book. Look for the green scales.
By the way, an excellent way to use guidance. I'm so proud of you for that.
You can add a D4 to that roll if you want. You can roll a D4 and add that to that if you want.
13.
You don't seem to run across it.
I think we have to go.
However,
hard.
starting on the back, you notice that about 40 years
Mm-hmm.
40 years ago is the last documentation of a Trueborn chromatic.
So the last page is 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know what this is gonna mean, but I would keep this
Keep it safe.
in the
Okay.
haversack.
It was in Tikum's, right?
Yes. And I believe he's one in the pit
Mm-hmm.
as of yesterday night. Don't know if he's still.
Well, we have to go.
Okay.
We have to go, and I don't know why it's
Do
now.
we have to go?
We're gonna go.
We gotta
We're
go.
gonna go.
You start
It's
hearing
the
the
trial.
footsteps
Let's go. It's the trial.
of
Let's go.
soldiers
We
coming
gotta
down.
go.
They see you. It's time.
It's early, but I'm coming.
And they begin to lead you out as you all make your way up the slow, dark steps leading towards the palace. Entering in, it's very quiet and somber. But the generals are present. Your mother is back in that lowly position at the bottom of the steps, and Doxon sits on the throne. They usher you forward, at which point you two are halted and placed next to Asira. Your time has ended, Imrish. Do you have sufficient evidence to prove your innocence?
List my charges.
You are being charged with fleeing the Zaget, the killing of Rokum, and the stealing of sacred property to the Metallic Conclave. You pleaded not guilty, and were given divine metallic right to prove your innocence before punishment and sentencing is proclaimed. Speak.
I did flee the Zaget on Rokum's orders, which cannot be proved. I did not kill him. If you look at his body, the webbing there is from, and I don't make accusations, it is from a blue or a bronze dragonborn. The markings are that of a breath weapon of lightning. And I don't have that power.
Yawen rushes forward and says, "So you proclaim that it's a blue dragonborn who has done this?
I proclaim it's a blue or a bronze.
Are these accusations?
I just said they weren't accusations.
Yet you use them accusatory.
I am stating my innocence. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm merely presenting proof.
Doxson puts his hands up. Yawen, take a seat.
Just stating facts.
Can you prove that this was done by the dragonborn that you do mention?
I don't have a specific dragonborn individual, but we all know that blue dragonborn and bronze dragonborn have breath weapon of lightning. And if you look at Rokum's body, it's the exact same markings as when a lightning strikes a rock. The webbing on his skin, those lines, and even his clothing has singe marks. You get that from a lightning strike, from lightning breath. I don't have that power. That in and of itself.
Roll a persuasion check. Are you presenting the clothing? Right. You may roll at advantage.
20, not nat.
Yawen, you've been in charge of the body. Is what Imrish says? Is it true? Yes, Doxson. There are some strange marks and webbings that are familiar with lightning-based attacks. However, they are not inflicted outside, but inside the body. Very well. Imrish, what say you on the other charges? You have already confessed to fleeing. What about our sacred text?
I found it.
Which one, Yawen again? You see? Thief and guilt brings it back, looking for mercy.
I didn't take it.
Immediately a guard comes up and grabs the book. If you didn't take it, then who?
I don't know.
Balaza kind of steps up.
But
Perhaps, Doxson, we should err on the side of leniency. I mean, even if young Countess did take the book with her, she did have the proxy of keeping up with those tomes. Perhaps this is just oversight or arrogance in her favor of leaving with it. But it is brought back. Doxson kind of shakes it off. She knows that the text and the Dragonborn are not to leave the Zaget.
And the text did not leave the Zaget.
Can you prove this?
I can't. It was in my domicile. I don't know how it got there.
Immediately, Yawen kind of scoffs, turns around.
My friends found it. I didn't even find it.
Doxson looks over at you two. You were the ones who discovered this tome? Speak!
Yes.
And where was it located? How did you come upon finding this?
Be honest.
We were moving some stuff around in her domicile, snooping around, trying to find anything out of the ordinary, and we found it in an area where she had some other things hidden. It looked like it had been there. It hadn't been disturbed.
I didn't place it there.
Roll another persuasion, this time at disadvantage.
Nine.
Do any of you have anything else to add before I pass judgment?
May I speak to Velasa alone?
You've lost that right.
May my friend speak to Velasa alone.
At which point Velasa kind of steps up. Calnus, it's past time.
They found something else.
She steps back again. Doxson puts his hand forward.
Go ahead. It's all about honesty in our clans, isn't it? For all of us. Go ahead. What did y'all find?
I feel like it needs a little bit more build up than this.
I'll take out the book and present it to Doxson.
Kind of looks down at it as you kind of approach, and you can see the guards are very hesitant to see you come forward. Velasa steps down and kind of grabs the book, and she kind of peruses it. What is this? Where did you find this?
What is it?
I'm not sure. This is not a tome that we've had.
Well, my word apparently can't be trusted. So maybe you should share with everyone what it is. I think you could figure it out quickly enough.
Doxson kind of looks at her, he's like, nods at her. Velasa flips through a couple pages.
Start at the end.
It's an accounting of true dragons. But there seems to be a mixture of both chromatic and metallic scales, at which point you hear the surrounding area just kind of those shocks and awe. Doxson kind of asks for the book, looks at it, slams it closed. I appreciate your honesty in this. We will take this into consideration. However, this does not change your crimes.
Of fleeing the Zaget. On Rokum's orders. My superior.
Is there anything else you wish to say before I pass judgment?
I'd like Jazul and Rhiannon to come speak of times of that night.
Okay.
A
They do step
timeline of
forward.
what happened.
And they speak exactly what they said. Jezreel mentions that he saw you flee somewhere after midnight.
An hour after midnight. And Rhiannon heard the whispers shortly before midnight. And then he heard the big noise about an hour after midnight. So if I was fleeing south, how could I have killed Rokum at that same time? With a weapon I don't possess, inside or outside of his body, which maybe you should check with the blue and bronze dragonborn of how that works. And if the book was in that hidey hole for a long time, it didn't leave the Zaget. It wasn't stolen. I didn't place it there. But it wasn't removed from the Zaget. It's another crime altogether.
Is there anything else that anybody wants to say before we roll? This is all three of you. Not in character, out of character.
Out of character?
Mm-hmm.
Do I mention the Rokum's love letter, scales, blood?
Go for it.
I don't know what to say.
I mean,
Contact with the outside world.
yes. And also that, like, you presenting that evidence, like, although it doesn't absolve you, it shows that you're being cooperative in trying to find out what really happened.
That was a really nice way of putting it. You're so good with words.
Writing emails.
It's like you do that for a
Is that what
living.
you're asking?
Yeah, so I would like to I've presented the clothing. We inspected the antiquary and where the book should have been held. There were baby dragonborn scales of multiple colors, chromatic colors, as well as copper ones. No other colors. There was also this blood I don't know whose it is. But Rokum had a scraped knee. So did he put up a fight before the book was taken? Did someone use his key? Was he looking at it? And I think the fact that I'm giving you all the information I have, I'm here, I'm cooperating. Yes, I fled the Zaget, but on the orders of my superior, who I thought was doing something for some unknown reason, but he's never led me astray before.
One more persuasion roll.
11.
Based on the evidence that you've put forward, I'm going to mark down what the DC is going to be for your final call. Every piece of evidence that actually absolves you of something takes down the DC by 5.
I can't breathe.
Those were words. I didn't really understand all of them. I just nodded.
At which point,
There's math.
all of you are ushered forward and asked to kneel down. As you kneel down, the doctor announces, you two are aware that you are adding yourselves to any punishment.
I mean, it doesn't look like we have a choice.
You
but...
don't have a choice.
Okay.
You've already made that choice to include yourselves into her affairs.
We are aware. I
Yes.
take both their hands, and the
I will
truth will set us free, and I cast guidance as much as I can. guys.
Everybody's having a lucky day. Right. So you reach up and you touching them because you have to keep in mind you have to have contact with them to do guidance.
Socially, this is guidance.
Yes.
This is going to be a straight roll.
Okay.
+4.
+4.
If you want a D4.
Plus a D4, okay.
If you want. You don't have to.
15.
Okay. Dachshund stands. You almost see him like falter for a little bit. Rises, and whenever he actually is standing, he's rather tall. I have made my decision, which shall be honored under divine metallic right by the All-Father himself. On the account of Countess Imrish fleeing the Zaget without allowance or permission, I find her guilty. However, it is clearly shown in the evidence of Rokum's body that Countess lacks the means to inflict the wounds that would have slayed him. On the account of Rokum's murder, I absolve her of her crime and find her innocent. For the crimes of the missing Liber Draconis, I find insufficient evidence to make a ruling on whether or not she indeed did hide the stolen tome, whether she took it with her and fled and brought it back, only offering it for leniency, or if it was planted in her domicile by a party other than her, perhaps one that is involved in the murder of Rokum. Valasa, we will interrogate all of our troops, metallic, and we will look at all of the chromatics as we investigate the validity of this book. But for now, I I do find you innocent.
Thank you for your fairness, Doxson.
As punishment, you need to be reminded of who you are, who guides you, and where your strength comes from. You will be sentenced to the pits. However, you will do so in a place of honor. You'll be granted privilege to go into the pits and come out as a Zaget knight, as you were intended.
And my time, and how long in the pits?
That will be determined based on how the All-Father sees fit. Go in and survive. Show your true strength, and you will be admitted freedom.
Will I have weapons?
Which, when he kind of looks over, there's a little bit of a hard air snuff right out of his nostrils. And 2 guards come up and they do return all of your equipment.
And my friends, what will happen to my friends?
We're going in with you.
Yawin, please escort them to the pits. As you go, your mother kind of sees you, and she does run up, knowing that now she has permission to actually approach. She's like, be brave. You can do this. Be smart. Thank you for standing beside my daughter. And they usher you forward. As you are led to the pits, it is very dark and bleak at night. You are taken up to the standing pit area where it is calm and quiet. Looking down, there seems to be no activity. They walk you down that bridge onto the platform, and you are lowered very, very far. 200, 300 feet. Eventually it comes to a stop and the chain hits, and you find yourselves in the middle of the pit, standing beside a tall, well-carved statue of a dragon. This is the mount of the dreadnought that oversees the pit. And that's where you are. The chain rises as you're left there. It's very quiet.
So you're really gonna be a knight?
Are we gonna be knights too?
We survive this. Now, I don't remember. Is it for one night or 24 hours?
Typically, it's for one night.
Okay. But this is... As long as the Dreadnought Princess
You're going to take that up with Doxson, you're welcome to.
How will we know what this... Is that the Dreadnought Prince?
No, that's his mount.
Oh, okay. So how do we know? Who communicates with this Dreadnought Prince?
He just is.
So how do we know how long we have to be in here? They're just gonna make up a time.
At which point you hear, coming from one of the legs of the statue, this voice that goes, "Would you keep it down?" And there is a white dragonborn that is crouched underneath it.
Tikan?
Tegan, you know me?
Tikan? I know of you.
Good, that's really helped me out. Can you just please shut up?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, can we come join you?
Just get low. And keep your eyes down.
What have you learned down here? You've survived a while.
Barely. Honestly, I'm not proud of it, but to survive, you gotta be faster than somebody else. The Goochers come out and take and feed, but then they're content for a while.
Have you kept moving? You stay up high?
I stay up high as best as I can, but once I see movement, I try to get as far away as they're not the most intelligent of creatures, hunting-wise, but when they do get sight of you, they can do terrible things.
What is it?
No beast that I've ever seen before.
What have you seen of this beasts?
The first day, there were 6 of us.
Shara? Was Shara down here?
Shara was one.
I spoke with her sister Mara.
Shara was taken in the 3rd day.
As long as we're chatting quietly. How much do you know about books?
Words. Do you read them?
Do you have a collection of them?
I'm
Did
trying to
you?
survive, and you want to talk about literature.
Yeah.
Yes, I've read a book. I swear, you metallics.
She's not.
Condescending to the end.
It did sound a little.
I'm not trying to be condescending. I just got sentenced to the pits and brought my friends along with me. I'm a little out of sorts.
That's what we get for saying you never take us anywhere nice.
I'm just gonna cut to it. Will you tell us about the Liber Furtatis?
They didn't find it, did they?
It is in Dockson's hands.
Shit. Well, I mean, no good to me anyway. If I die here, no one's gonna know the truth.
What's the truth?
That the metallics are full of shit. Your people are full of shit.
I'm coming to realize that.
We know.
Do you know about all the missing children?
No, but I asked.
Who's taking them?
Is it missing chromatics?
But like specific?
Bronze? Are bronze taking your hatchlings? Your true-born hatchlings? Or are coppers? We're all down here together.
Honestly, both.
All of the metallics.
Y'all come in and y'all take our children just because they have tails,
Because
and then they disappear. Yes, because clearly our trueborn can't grow up to be strong.
They don't believe. We were always told there weren't any true-born chromatics. Obviously a lie. I met one. Outside of the Zaget.
You've met plenty. We just don't let people see. We know from the earliest moments when they're hatched that they'll have a better life without a tail.
Do you remove their tails?
At which point he kind of leans over and pulls down just a little bit, and you see the large scar that sits across his back.
You do what you have to do to survive.
That we do.
Shouldn't have to.
Shouldn't have to. I agree.
At which point you hear a large, loud scream as a green dragonborn comes running across and is looking up and is like, "They're here! They're here!" And immediately you see him turn, and then his body kind of stops and holds. And you hear the loud roar as his body begins to melt away into stone. And then within an instant, you see the stone statue of a dragonborn pointing in the distance. I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Get your goggles on, or hand them over. Oh my god!
Woo! Oh. Alrighty. I haven't got those minis out in such a long time. Alrighty. So
Oh
we
my
have-
god.
So we have Q.
My brain is like,
Do you remember the very first thing he said?
no, which first thing?
The
Who?
very first thing he said.
You also
Tico.
Be
have
quiet.
Eyes down.
Tegan, who is talking to all of you.
Ah!
That was the first thing he said to us was Eyes down.
Eyes down, but I wonder if the goggles.
Cool. As we have coming down the way. So the other statue is centered around here, and the other dragonborn came through. You have one coming that way. All right, let's get initiative order. So, Kelnis, can I get your initiative, please? 4. Woo, sorry.
That's why I laughed. Lower.
I am. All right, so Kelnis for the car.
13.
Cute.
14.
14. And you actually have a friend with you in there.
Eyes down.
And he did actually pretty
Normally, I wouldn't share that information, but since that's the first thing he said to us, I'm saying it.
well. All right. As for the creature, ooh.
Shiznits.
All right. So yeah, let's do this.
Let's see, which one of you am I using? Oh.
So first up, immediately as you hear that, Doxson sees, or not Doxson, Doxson's not fighting with you. Tegan looks over.
Zombies!
He sees the body freeze, and you see his eyes go down as he begins to slide down this direction. And he crouches. He has no weapon on him, and you see him just kind of go low. And you can see that he's kind of listening with his ears, but looking downward.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to take us to this guy. Yay! I get to actually use them. As you hear the stomping, 5, 10, 15, 20, and you see just poking out the head of this reptilian creature that's just kind of there. It can't quite get a gaze on anybody. And that's all you would see for that one. That's going to take us to Dakar.
Cute.
You did a 13, right?
She was 14.
I was 14.
You're 14. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. So let me change that.
Q is going to follow Tikum's lead, looking away, crouching next to him. Seeing that he has no weapon, she's going to use her action to give him one of her daggers.
All right, so you're going...
Yeah.
Okay. So you're moving over. You're going to hand over one dagger.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just looking down. Is that it?
Yes.
All right, Dakar.
Would giving goggles to Kelnis be an action?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do that, saying, "Hey, Kelnis, you may come in handy."
Thanks.
Moving forward, giving her the goggles.
Yes. And then I'm gonna scoot down the backside of the rock next to a cube.
Yeah, you can get right there. Anything else?
Yes, that's it.
All right, Thomas.
Okay, as my action, I'm going to put the goggles on, keeping my eyes down, and I'm going to use my movement to join them on that side of the
You take the goggles and you strap them on, and quickly they fit to your eyes where they didn't quite fit to Dakar when he was looking through. It's not night vision, it's still dark and it's hard to see. However, there is this like reflective glare that kind of fits over the eye that kind of changes and distorts the light that's peering through from the outside. And then where are you going?
I'm going to join them on that side of the statue.
Right there. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Isn't that fun, guys?
Yeah, this is a
Alright, it's going to take us to the top. So you're going to see Tegan actually begins to... He kind of scouts around and sees, and then he's going to move slightly over, and you see him take the dagger, and he kind of gets ready. But he stays there. This one's going to move forward. 10, 15, 20... There. At which point, you're going to see another one that comes over and gets right about there. Which point, yeah, that's be it. He does see, and you hear the roar as he sees Tegan's body.
The new beast?
Mm-hmm. It takes us over to Dakar. Or sorry, Q.
Q is going to run up and try to hit that guy without looking at him.
Okay, so you're averting your eyes and
Yes.
running to this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Go for it.
I'm assuming it's at disadvantage.
Yes, you're at disadvantage if you have your eyes averted.
9.
That is a miss. You stab into it and you hit hard, and you look down, and this creature is on not just 4, it is like 6 legs that go back.
Okay.
These muscular legs that just kind of move forward.
Alright, I'm gonna use bonus action to move back towards the statue a little bit. Back, pretty much back to where it was.
You're using a bonus?
Bonus action to
To
disengage.
disengage, okay. So back where you
What
are.
did I say?
You said you're using a bonus action to move back.
Oh, okay.
So I was looking at him. I got what you meant. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know.
One more back.
One more back.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alright, Dakar.
Could I have seen Q when she where Q moved to attack? I could have still seen her, right?
Can you see where she moved to attack?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that she went that way and came back.
Okay. I'm going to cast Moonbeam on the spot where she moved to attack.
Alright, so it's casting there.
Yeah.
Alright, as you see that pillar of moonlight slam down on it.
And then I'm gonna keep my eyes averted and end my turn.
Okay. Kelnis.
How close am I to the beast? Closer to me.
10, 15, 20. It would take you 20 to get there, but you'd be in the moonbeam.
No, the other one.
This one over here.
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 25-ish. Would get you right to where it is.
I'm gonna run up there and hit him.
10, 15, 20. Okay, you get right there as you turn. As soon as you see it, its eyes, you see this kind of glimmer go across, and similar to what you saw, there's this white reflection that goes across, but nothing happens. Go ahead.
Get him. 10.
10?
Yeah.
That is a miss.
Alright.
As you swing, and once again, you're hitting and making contact, but it doesn't seem to do any damage to the tough hide. You need a little more oomph to get through.
Okay.
Does she have it?
No.
Oh,
Anything else you want to do?
that's a little fine.
No.
That's all I'm doing.
Alright, back to the top of the order. You're going to see him. He averts it, looking at his eyes, he kind of listens and hears something coming from the side, but he's actually going to move around. That should get him there. He's taking a peek. He won't get affected because he's behind. Alright, it's going to be the Basilisk. The first one, big one's going to take an attack at you, Kelnis, as it lunges forward and it tries to bite you. That is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Alright, that's all he can do. Just kind of goes to take a chunk and you bat it away with the pommel
My
of
battle.
your battle axe. This one over here is going to move around the light. 15, 20, but that's as far as it can get. However, it can look, you're averting your eyes though, both of you, so it does nothing. And that's going to take us to Q.
Q's gonna step up, averting her eyes, try to hit him. 12.
12 is a miss.
Bonus action disengage, move back behind the car.
Right, there's no room unless you're going to go up on the rock and try to climb. To climb is half your movement. Or is a...
I'll go up on the rock.
Alright, so that's 5,
Yeah,
15.
I'll stay right there.
Alright, so that's 15.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'm gonna tell Dakar I can't do this. I can't do it if I can't see. And that's it.
Dakar.
I'm gonna use my action to move the moonbeam on top of the creature,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell Q. I'm trying the best I can. I'll climb up the rock, the other side of her.
There?
The whole other rock shape. Am I
Oh,
able
you
to
want
climb
here?
up there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're on opposite sides. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alright, now, I want to be honest with you. If you have the moonbeam and you're trying to move it, you're going to have to open your eyes to get it to go to him. Because you have no idea where he went. So,
I can avert my eyes by looking at the ground, correct?
Okay, so then what I'm gonna say is we're gonna make this a chance because
Okay.
otherwise it's a little. I know exactly where things are at all times. So roll me a d20, or actually, make it simple. Do a d6, and we'll say 1, 2, 3. You're able to get a chance of where it is. 4, 5, 6. The moonbeam moves to a side.
1.
Right. So yeah, you get it on it.
That's all of your turn. Right?
Yes, that's all my. Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. Comes.
I'm gonna hit the beast number 1 again, maybe. 16?
16 will hit.
Get him, kill him.
It's just so weird.
4 damage.
4 damage?
Yeah.
Damage is damage?
It is. Damage is damage. Right, as you strike into it, and you do get a small little piece into it before you pull back. Anything else? That was your action.
That's all I'm gonna do for now.
Alrighty. That's going to take us back up to the top of the order. At which point, Kelnis, you would see this. You see this creeping, hulking figure that's kind of looking down. And then he approaches forward. As soon as he gets up and kind of bumps into it, you see him get angry, and he goes into that familiar rage. And then all of a sudden, there is this glitz of lightning that kind of pops off his body as it kind of sparkles and cracks, building up. Almost like it sounds like popcorn just popping. And then this bolt of lightning just hits down and strikes the creature.
Lightning!
He just does this with his feet.
You got it.
Either slippers.
So stupid.
Slippers river across the carpet didn't get you.
Oh my gosh. Alright, let me make sure I do this right, because I haven't used this one yet.
Am I close enough? I need to do a strength saving? Or does it
No,
matter?
it's not for you. It would only hit him. Let me make sure I do.
I feel everything right now.
Oh, come on. Where are you at?
Oh, I did the wrong thing.
Yeah, okay. That's beautiful. So that's going to do... As he takes 6 lightning damage.
Woo!
And that is the end of his turn. At which point, he's going to turn around. And he actually is going to make his attack against the one there. So he's going to make a save. Ugh.
Oop.
He doesn't, as you see... Well, his eyes are averted, so no, it'd be fine. Because that was his... So he's going to make his attack against him. That's a miss. Second Basilisk is in there. He has to make a Constitution save, correct?
Yes. I believe it's con. Con 12.
He gets a 16.
So 17 damage halved. 8.
17 damage?
What half?
Half.
I know, but I'm still like, you rolled 17 on that? Whoa.
It's big die. It's big die.
And then he's going to step out of it. And as he comes up, he's actually going to begin to crawl up on the rock to get with you. He's going to make his bite against you, Q. That's an 8 to hit.
Nope.
So going up, you got to snap, and he just gets a piece of rock. That's going to be their turn. Back to Q.
So Q is gonna use her bonus action to disengage with that one right there, and then she's actually gonna get as far as she can to the. She's gonna go to where Kelnis is.
15, 20.
Gonna look for Kelnis's tail and follow that.
Okay, so you're on top of the rock looking down a little bit.
Okay. How far am I from the other creature?
You're adjacent, but you would have to. It's still at disadvantage.
Oh, okay. I'll take it if it's at disadvantage.
As long as your eyes are averted, everything's disadvantage.
13.
13 is a miss.
And
That's all you
that's
can do.
that's it for right now.
Alright, Dakar.
Averting my eyes, I'm going to attempt to move the beam where I saw something move up on the rock towards
D6.
6.
6, yeah. So a little bit.
And I'm going to averting my eyes. I mean, is the rock I'm on flat?
No. Anything is, it's rough terrain.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll try and get to the high point of the rock. I guess the middle-ish.
That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We can
Okay.
do that.
That's my turn.
Okay. Thomas.
Alright, with my battle axe, I'm going. I'm gonna see if I can hit this big beastie again. Pretty sure it's in there.
6.
Wait, would yours be at advantage?
Is it just regular because
Just
I can
regular,
see?
yeah.
Okay, you're at disadvantage because
Got
I
it.
can't see.
However, you are technically flanked because you're with somebody else, so it would be advantage.
Oh, okay, thank you. 15.
15 is exactly what you need to hit.
You don't add anything?
I'm not raging.
She's not raging.
No,
You'll
but
still be a
like
plus your,
yeah,
your strength modifier.
it should be +5. I think.
Plus 6?
Yeah, that's what you add.
Okay, so 11. 12. 12.
Yeah.
12,
Make sure
sorry.
you add that in. That's a really important thing.
I'm like no.
It's been a while since you've had an encounter.
You're
Crap.
strong.
It's just
for a
plus 2
reason.
when you're raging,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Alrighty, anything else?
That's it.
Okay. At which point he gets it goes back to the top of the order. Tegan is going to make an attack with the dagger. Disadvantage because you can't see. That is a big miss. However, his rage is still there, so his bonus action is going to strike another bolt of lightning. And it's a natural 20 for the save, so he doesn't hit.
Oh.
As it strikes and hits the rock, it's a little bit off. And that is his turn. This guy is going to turn back. He's going to make his attack against you, Calnus, since you just whacked into him. As he goes to bite you, that is a 23 to hit.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess so too. Oh, 2d6. That is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And as it bites, you feel the deep burn penetrate your body as you take 12 points of poison damage as well.
Oh no. Is that 24?
Yep.
22? Well, I'm pissed now.
She wants to do this on her own. Let her have it.
She wasn't bad until now.
And that is the end of its turn. Then this one over here is going, you can only see you, that's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, that's all he gets, 20. That's as far as he can get. Can't do anything. Back to Q.
Q's gonna take another swipe at that guy.
Okay.
She's technically not at advantage.
No, not
Okay.
because of where you are on the rock.
16?
16 will hit. You get your sneak attack on this.
I know.
Hit him hard.
You get sneak, and it's more of a sneak for you. Like you didn't know that you were doing it. You think you might have stabbed Kelmus.
What I hit?
12 damage.
12 dodge.
And then she's gonna use her bonus action to take a step back.
Right, so you're disengaging and taking a step back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, words today.
It's okay. Descartes.
I'm going to use my action to attempt to move Moonbeam sort of in front of me where I felt something coming.
Okay. Is it an action to move it, or is it a bonus action once you cast it?
I think it's still an action to move it.
Okay.
I'm like pretty sure. So you can use an action to move the Moonbeam. Yeah.
Right, so where are you placing it? Are you getting it right on?
Yeah, right on top.
Okay.
And I'll use my movement. Go back into the right, I guess.
So you're going 6?
Yeah, like trying to get off the rock on that back corner somewhere.
15, 20, 20 for 30.
Or like more like away.
That's as far as you can get. That's 30 movement.
No, but like going.
Get you there.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay.
30 only goes so far in any direction, but then get
Well, yeah, but not so much horizontal.
go this
yeah,
way?
yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like trying to get off the back of the rock there.
Yeah.
Or if that's wall there, I don't know. If there's more. You know
No,
what I'm
you have a
saying?
little bit of room there.
Okay.
Off the board.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And I'll take it that you're reverting your eyes because you rolled your dice.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
I am going to shout out, be careful of the bite. It's real bad. And I'm not happy about this. I'm going to go into a rage.
Okay.
And I am going to enact my Tundra. So I don't know if anyone's close enough for it.
They are both within 10 of you.
So y'all both get 2 temporary hit points. Just because. Can I give it to myself?
You cannot.
That's fine. I figured. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can hit this guy with my battle axe while I'm raging, because I'm really mad that he got me. Also, a little stressed right now. It's stuck to your hand. Okay, hang on.
At advantage.
Because it's flanked?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well. Okay. 16 to hit, right?
16 will hit.
Okay. Nope, not that one. $13 damage.
It's looking bad. Looking real bad. For you, no.
I was gonna say, I know! That's why I said I don't feel good!
Anything else?
No. That's it.
Back at the top order, Tegan's gonna make his attack with the dagger. Ooh, natural 3 on the die. Does not get it, and that's not even at disadvantage. Already hit another bolt comes down. That is a save, so it strikes the rock again. He just can't quite get the bolt to hit. And that's gonna take us to their turn. That's gonna make another attack against you since you're the one doing damage. 19 to hit.
Yes.
Alright. That is 5, 6, 7, 10 points piercing, reduced to 5.
Okay.
And 6 poison, reduced to 3.
5 plus 3 is 8.
Yep. Math is on today. Nobody is...
I'm swaying a little bit, y'all.
Nobody is looking, so nothing there. The other one does take the damage. It's a fail, so it's full damage. But he is going to move out.
7.
10, 20,
The music, though.
10, 20.
This is very
7 damage?
Yeah.
glitch mob.
Alright.
Like, I'm in a spot.
Moves up. It is out of range. It cannot get you on an attack. That's going to take us to Q.
She's cute, doesn't know what to do. She's doing the same thing Shows does, in and out.
I averted.
Always.
You got to say it.
Okay. Averted.
Okay.
14.
14 is a miss.
Yep, moving back out.
The car.
I am going to go ahead and use a bonus action, and I'm going to phase step 30 feet on top of the rock formation behind Sword Kelmus.
25. We can get you there or there. So I can get you here or here.
There.
Okay.
So, since I phase stepped and that thing's within 10 feet of me, I'm assuming.
Say it again?
I said that thing's within 10 feet of me.
It is not.
When I phase stepped, it wasn't within 10 feet of me?
You gotta be specific. I don't know what that thing is.
No, I'm
You gotta
sorry.
talk to me.
The creature I was next to when I phase stepped. It was
Yes.
within 10 feet. So, it needs to make 8 plus proficiency plus...
It failed. I rolled a 5, so once you said 8, I know it.
Yeah. So now it is charmed for 1 minute.
Okay.
Is it happy now? What is it? What
It
does that mean?
is-
I just don't know what that means.
It means it is non-hostile towards me and my companions.
Tell it to close its eyes.
Can you read me your face step?
No, tell it to go after the other one.
Immediately after I use my phase step, up to 2 creatures of your choice you can see within 10 feet of you. So it's where I phase step from or phase step to? I'm not trying to. Immediately after I use my face step, up to 2 creatures of your choice that you can see within 10 feet.
It's where you get to.
Okay.
Yeah. So no,
you're not
not
close
over 10
enough.
feet to you.
Okay. Well, regardless,
You could try Calmus. You
I
want to
mean,
try Calmus? She turned around.
Raging!
you know what? Why not? No.
She is woo.
I'm gonna use movement to move. I'll use my action first, averting my eyes to try and move the moonbeam on top of the creature in the area near where I left.
Okay.
Okay. Averting my eyes. A 1. And I'm gonna use my movement to move a little bit more to the center of the rock formation one.
5, 10, 15, 20. You can go.
Yeah, that's good right there. Yeah, I'm happy there. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Calmus.
Okay, I am going to keep my eyes averted. I'm going to take the goggles off, and I'm going to toss them over the beast to Tegan and say, hey, put these on.
Okay. You close your eyes and you take them off and you say, hey, put these on, and you throw, and he goes, what? And you hear, ka-ting-ting. Because he has his eyes closed too. So
They're goggles. Look on the ground.
Alright, you did that.
Okay, now with my eyes averted, I'm going to, with my battle axe.
That was your action.
That was
to
my
remove
action.
Something to take it off and then
Fine.
you throw it.
Fine.
Take it.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
They're goggles. Look for them on the ground.
Anything else you want to do?
Do some more lightning bolts with the goggles on. You might be able to aim better.
At which point, it is his turn, and he drops to the ground and is going to begin to search. And does not find the goggles yet. But he is prone and searching for goggles.
This
Girl,
is off
you
the
threw your
rails.
goggles.
This is turning
Don't
out
be
so
mad at
much
me.
better in my head.
This is off the rails real quick.
You know what? This is too easy.
I got this.
He's freaking throwing lightning bolts.
So,
Blindly.
the lightning bolt will go again. But actually, no, because he didn't get hit or that, so he has to go back into another rage. So he can go back into another rage for that one. The lightning bolt is going to be high. Oh, I don't know why I did that. He has to roll for.
This is too easy.
Yeah, 19
Not
favor.
it.
Strikes, misses him again. All right, it's his turn. He's gonna make another attack against you, Kel.
Going down, y'all.
That is a 17.
Are you really?
Yeah.
9. That's 9 points of piercing damage, reduced to 4.
Okay.
You still good?
No.
You're down?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and then you would take the 7 points of poison. So yeah, you fall. And you are down.
Timber.
The other one in the corner fails, so it's going to take full damage over here. And he is going to move out.
10.
10 points. Yeah, you were just smoking him with this moonbeam. He's 10. And that is their turn. That's going to take us to Q.
Wait, did Tegan have a turn?
Yes, he did.
Okay,
No,
and then
trying
the
to find
beast,
goggles, yeah.
to me. Okay, I got it.
So Q.
You hear,
Yeah.
balls, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah. Q is actually going to come around the statue.
10,
like close to the statue
15,
right
20.
there. She's gonna use her action to tie her scarf around her eyes.
Okay.
And that's what she's gonna do.
So you always wear the scarf, so you.
I
you
always
could
have
just
it,
pull-
so
yeah.
so do I need to use
I'll
the
say
full
that's not
action?
an action because you're
Oh.
just.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of your clothing. You're not
Okay.
actually donning or doffing anything.
Doffing.
They use the
That
word
was great. I love
doff. It's in the
it.
player's handbook, doffing. To don or doff on.
I haven't I just don't.
And
I'll read some more.
I
You didn't read the whole player's handbook? Get out of here. Come prepared with the rest of the
So-
text.
in doing that, I'm gonna really try to pay attention to my hearing, and I want to ready a dodge, if that's at all possible.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you're readying if something.
If something comes and I feel like something's attacking me, I want to ready a dodge.
Okay. Now explain to me why you're doing this.
So I don't. So it's not. So all I can see is like below me. I'm not looking up at all. Like,
Are you
I
still averting
physically-
your eyes, or are you trying to do it so you don't have to avert your eyes?
I'm doing it so I don't have to avert my eyes. But like when you put something above
You can
on your
see
eyes, you
this.
can see down.
I get that, but whenever you are, the whole thing is no matter what you're going to tell me if you're averting your eyes.
Okay.
Looking down is still averting your eyes.
Okay.
Or if you're doing this, but you're doing this so you can see.
No, not doing this.
You're still gonna have to tell me if you're averting. Just putting it over your eyes doesn't tell me if you're trying to avoid looking at the creature. You can do that though. You pulled it up and
Yeah.
you're readying a dodge. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
The card. You also hear a "Ugh,"
Yeah.
but you don't know what it is.
So I'm gonna, while averting my eyes, attempt to move the move beam on top of the figure on the rock that I sense is there. A 4. And am I too high up on the rock to see Kelness?
You can't see anybody. By averting
You're
your
not
eyes,
looking.
you're not looking. So you don't even know that Kelness has fallen.
Oh, okay. I just heard something.
For anybody to know that Kelness is down, you're gonna have to stop averting your
I
eyes.
gotcha. I'm just gonna say, what was that noise? And I'll be right back.
Okay. Kelness, death saving throw.
What number does it have to be?
10 or higher.
17!
That's one save. Gonna take us back up. We're gonna see if he finds the goggles. You hear Doxson hear that, what was
Tegan.
that? Tegan, sorry. I'm gonna say this every time. I've been talking about Doxson for so long. Doxson! We got Doxson
We
here!
got Doxson here.
Nobody cares. Doxson's not very
His
helpful.
name is Tegan. Cheryl Tegan.
Tegan and Sarah?
Tegan. The point is, he hears you say that, what was that? And he's like, I'm not sure, I'm up. I don't know why I'm rolling it. Oh, disadvantage, yeah. Does not find the goggles. However, bolt of lightning. This time he does not succeed.
Does
so
the bolt of lightning light up anything so
Yes.
we can see the ground?
Okay, so whenever I say avert your eyes,
You're
if,
just looking away.
like right now I'm looking at you, I see. If I close my eyes, it's averting. If I turn my head,
It's
it's
averting.
averting. If I'm looking down, I cannot have any viewpoint of what's in front of me. That's averting your eyes. So you can't have like, well, my peripheral eyes, no.
No,
One or
but
the
like,
other.
the goggles are on the ground. Averting my eyes from the monster and I'm...
One or the other.
I try.
Alright, so he does
I'm with you,
6.
Vic.
6 damage as the lightning hits and you hear the creature, "Wow!" and then it falls. Once again, y'all don't know that because y'all just heard
You don't
a
know
shriek.
who's... I don't know that either because I'm unconscious.
He doesn't know that either. So, there you go. That's going to take us...
Freaking god.
He's down, but this one is not. 5, 10, 15, and then it'll take his last one to get up.
He steps on me.
So he's up on the rock. He does see you, but he is out of range for Q, so there's no attack. Alright, that takes us to Q.
Alright, Q's gonna say, I'm good. Well, I mean.
I've been better.
And then, hearing something coming, gonna blindly attack. And miss. Yeah. And then use my bonus action to feel around the statue to get further away. To disengage.
Okay, thank you. So that would get you... You can get there.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because it's on the tail. You can get there. Okay. That's going to take us to Dakar.
I'm going to attempt to move the moonbeam averting my eyes where I think the basilisk may be.
You gonna hit me in the process?
I thought odd numbers were good.
No, 1 through 3 is
1 through
good.
3.
I think low.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was
1 through 3 will hit, 4 through 5 will not.
Oh, uneven would be very confusing.
Odd even, but only on every other turn. We're gonna flip flop it. All right. So anything else you're gonna do?
Kelness, how are you? That's my turn.
That's safe.
7.
That fell. Right. At which point he
At which point I don't make a response.
Sorry.
still searching for the daggers. That's a negative. Nope. Does not find those daggers.
God!
Sorry, that's a negative. Can't do anything about it. Yeah.
There was a strategy there, I promise.
That's going to take us to this one, which is 5, 10, 15, 20. It will be in range to get an attack at you. So this is going to be, as it bites, 22 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. That is, good rolls.
For who?
In your favor. 6 points piercing.
Okay.
You also feel that burning as you take 9 points poison damage as it circulates through your body.
Okay.
That's going to take us to Q.
Feeling where the bite came from, she's gonna attack in the exact same spot.
Okay, go for it.
Yes. 24.
That'll hit. Very aware of, like, you just got hit. It's just instinctual that you stab.
Yeah.
For where it is still last on you.
12 damage.
Woo! Yeah. Right, you stab into it. You feel your dagger place in, or your rapier. What are you taking? Like rapier? Or,
Rapier.
Okay, rapier digs in, and then you pull it out.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage and try to, like, backwards off the rock.
Okay.
Like that.
Right. Anything else?
I didn't hear Kelness.
Dakar.
So hearing Q say that, I'm gonna look towards my moonbeam. And then seeing Kelness down, since it's lit up, I'm gonna use a bonus action and like reach out my hand to send some positive vibes her way and use Bomb of the Summer Court.
Okay.
To give her 3 hit points, plus 1 temporary hit point.
3 plus 1, sorry, 4.
Well, 3 hit points, 1 temp.
3.
Alright, you do that.
And then, with my action, seeing monster butt, I'm going to move the moonbeam on top of the monster.
Okay.
Without my eyes being averted. And that's my turn.
Okay. You feel that surge of energy come back into you, and you have some life in you. Kelness, what are you doing?
Trying to make this work.
Okay, you are. Flat on the ground.
Okay.
Your heart is working.
I am going to use my movement to stand up, but keep my eyes averted.
Okay.
Dakar, I guess that was you. Thank you. Keep your eyes averted. Please be careful. And Tegan, have you found the goggles? I wasn't feeling good, so I was trying to give them to you.
Alright, anything else?
Go look for the goggles.
I'm going to use my movement to move. Can I climb up that rock that's in front of me?
Yes, you can. So you want to go this way? Or that way?
The one with the...
With the dragon?
Yeah, the statue.
That's 5, 10, 15.
Okay.
You still have more if you want it. You can go one more space.
Let's go one more space.
You want to go that way or this way?
That way.
So towards the creature or towards Q? You can go this way.
Undecided
or
looks
you
like
can go
it's both.
Towards the creature.
Okay, you're going there. Alright, so you're not in range.
I'm still got my eyes averted. I'm not looking.
Okay.
And that is. Do I need to go back into rage since I was unconscious?
You are out of reach, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do that as a bonus action.
Okay. You are not in range of anybody to give temporary hit points.
That's fine. I mean, sorry, y'all, but
That's fine.
okay.
Unless you want to give the creature hit points.
Fudge muffins, no.
Fudge muffins, no.
That's draconic.
It's a family-friendly show.
That's draconic. I know what it means.
Should I instead say double chocolate paleo banana bread?
It? Okay.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
You hear Tegan's voice go, "I'm looking, but I don't want I don't want to see the creature," as he's still searching, because he doesn't know that it's down. However, he did roll better, so he does find the goblet finding. You can put
Now
those on
he's
next
not
time.
fighting that creature anymore.
He'll put those on next time. And he'll stand up for his movement.
Did you find it?
Got him!
Nailed it.
This one's gonna roll. It's con, correct?
Con 12, yeah.
He gets a 12 exactly.
4 damage.
4 damage as he is
Damage
just
is damage?
heated. Alright, as he moves forward, I do need you, because your eyes are not down, to roll a Constitution saving throw.
5.
Alright, so you are incapacitated for the moment as you feel your body begin to seize up. Oh, come on, sit there. Yeah, as you begin your body to seize up, you are not turned to stone, but you do feel your body starting to hold. So for your incapacity, you can't take actions or reactions. Okay. Yay. No, I lied. You're not incapacitated or restrained. Ooh, that changes everything. So you have a speed of 0, and any rolls against you are advantage. You have disadvantage on any attack rolls. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. That changes the world. Okay. And it's going to make its bite attack against you. Only an 8.
Only an 8.
Only an 8. So
That's
it misses,
fine.
yeah.
It misses.
Alright, that's going to take us to Q.
Hearing Kelnis's voice, she's gonna go towards that. So she's gonna run, kind of like feel around the rock to get as close as she can to where she thinks that creature might be.
You're going around the rock this way?
Yeah.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get there.
Okay. Am I in range?
You are not in range.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go one back if I can go one back and get on the rock.
I'm going to say no because
Okay.
you can't. That'd be
Okay.
a little meta.
Then I'm gonna try to hit from there.
It's not in range, so no matter how you swipe,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Unless you're gonna throw your weapon.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Appreciate it.
All right, Kelnis, we thought you were down.
Alright, Dakar.
I'm gonna move the moonbeam on top of that creature.
You averting your eyes, you...
Nah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Balm of the Summer Court to send some good energy towards Kelnis. $13 hit points and 3 temporary hit points.
Alright, Kelnis. It is your turn, because he cannot move.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm in my rage. I'm going to enact my Tundra so that
That's just Q.
I can hit Q with some 2 happy
2 happy hit points?
Yeah.
2 happy.
And I'm gonna go at this guy with my battle axe. Maybe.
This is where you crush fingers, you go.
As I roll. With my eyes averted. So it's at disadvantage.
Yes,
right?
you're at disadvantage on this.
7 to hit?
Nope.
Okay.
You strike and you actually hit the dragon statue that's right next to you and catch the end of your battle axe, realizing that you're really close to confined. At which point, down below, Tegan's gonna put the goggles on and he actually opens his eyes and sees the world and sees that the creature's dead in front of him. And he's actually going to look for you guys. He doesn't, so he's gonna run this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, or 30, just like it's. Seeing where y'all are, he just says, "Hold on, I'm coming!" At which point, it's the creature's turn for the moonbeam. Oh, that's a 13. I believe that saves.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll the damage halved.
4.
He is going to move out and crawl down. I also need you to do another con save.
9.
9?
Yeah.
At which point you see the moonbeam itself begin to dissipate and lift up as your body completely starts stoning over, and you see this reaching hand of Dakar Malkoa before it completely stones up. And he is a statue.
Do I know that the beast is moving away from me?
Your eyes are closed.
Okay.
You can, if you want to take it, you can take your... I know what you're trying to do for your sentinel, you can try it.
Well, my response.
Yeah, your reaction. Yeah, it's still disadvantage for you to do it. But if you want it, go ahead. Your opportunity attack is he...
Yes. Moves away. At disadvantage.
Yes. You still get all your reactions. It's just at disadvantage because your eyes. Yeah. And it's going to make its attack against you, Q. That is a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Woo! She stays in the game. All right, that's going to be Q's turn.
All right.
You hear the snap as it comes towards you.
Then same thing, going where that sound is.
Okay, still at disadvantage.
13.
13.
No, 17.
17 will
No,
hit.
wait, no. Oh my gosh, math. 14.
14 will not hit.
Ah!
Yes, no. Yes. No.
That's it. Sorry.
That's it. Kelmas.
I'm going to turn in a circle with my hand out
Okay.
to see what all I touch, like within range. And I feel the statue. I don't feel anything else around me,
There's
correct?
nothing around you.
Okay, I'm going to start coming down with my eyes averted, down off the rock closest to where I can. Yeah.
5, 10. You can go any of these spots.
Can I come down like behind Kimura? Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, I'm right here. Is anyone around me? Does anyone know where the beast is? Let's communicate.
Right. Is it?
That's all I can do.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're going to hear him shout out, and he's going to actually assist. So his action is to aid, and he's going to aid you since you're right next to it. And he shouts out, right behind you, aim low.
Okay.
However, it's its turn, so it's going to attack you. As it goes to bite, it's 24.
No.
It's 15 piercing damage
Okay.
and 6 poison damage.
I'm down.
As you hear that, it's right behind you on your, and then,
Yep.
shit.
Tegan, that doesn't sound good.
All right. Q. Death saving throw. Success. 1 success. All right, Kel.
I am going to. Am I in range of him?
You have to scoot 1 more forward.
Okay, I'll use my movement. Keeping my eyes averted, I'm going to move towards the sound of where I heard Q's body fall.
You move forward and you kick something down low, but you also feel the creature as you bump into it.
Whew! And I'm going to swing because instinct while my eyes are averted.
Yeah. Also, you didn't get hit last time, so you're out of your rage. Keep in mind on that. Because you haven't hit anything and no one's hit you.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to go into a rage. I'm also going to enact my Tundra.
Right, Q, you get your 2.
Oops.
As you feel a burst of life come into you. Alright, make your attack. As this creature...
At disadvantage.
Yes, you're still at disadvantage.
Because my eyes are averted. 15.
15 is exactly what you need. Roll your damage. It's gonna be close.
Dogs are excited.
I know.
It's also dinner time.
It is.
Eight damage.
8 damage?
8 damage.
What do you want to do?
I almost pulled this whole thing down.
Q's a magician.
I want to, with my eyes averted, I just want to hack.
You bump into it and just immediately just go into like ridiculous like massacre, summer camp, Jason, slasher type move, and you just rip this creature apart, breathing heavy and roaring, and you hear up from above Tegan going, "It's done, it's done, it's down!" You can open your eyes. You open your eyes and you see this large reptilian creature that's just folded over, and behind you, you see the same one down. All is quiet.
Is that all of them?
I'm not sure.
Hugh, you okay? Dakar?
No response.
My eyes are open and I'm looking around for him. I'm guessing I see him up there. Is he up?
As you search around, you do eventually run into the statue of Dakar Malkoa.
What's wrong with him? Why?
Can I... I'm raging. Can I still... Tundra?
You feel that surge go through.
To fix him.
Nothing changes. Stone stays ever fixed, as if it was permanently there. In fact, it almost looks like an effigy of a warrior facing off against a dragon as you see the two statues that just stare at each other.
Tegan?
He removes the goggles and kind of just lowers his head.
Q runs up to the statue and is just like shaking the shoulders and like touching the face and like trying, I don't know, all of the guidance and words of inspiration that you've ever said, trying to give it all back.
No response. As you see on the face and the stone dreads that fall off of the image of Dakar Malkoa, small blotted droplets of water that hit as it begins to slowly pour. And you hear the clanking of the chain coming down. As you look up and you see from that center platform, it is lowered down for you to have an exit. And you realize not everybody's going to leave this place. And that's where we're going to end for tonight. So thank you very much for tuning with us and staying with us. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm actually really impressed with how far y'all came through the mystery.
But it's friendship! Friendship Day.
Yeah!
And we'll see what the fate of Dakar Makoa is next week. So until then, stay safe, keep yourself isolated, and we will see you next week. Same time, same place. Until then, class dismissed.
FYI, I'm hauling your body up that thing.
Watch out for the exhaustion.
Your statue.
At this time...
Hold on. Oh, do you want me to keep
Nope,
streaming?
you can go ahead and close it off. At this time, I need Hovda to stay with me, and I need the two of you to exit the room.